Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of Off the Record. We were able to help Franny last time, I feel like, get into a police database. And this time we're going to be eliminating suspects. So, as always, I am Strange Tangent. This is my amazing and lovely wife, Mrs. Strange, aka Red Panda. And yeah, so definitely excited to dive into episode 2. It's a little bit kind of closer to what we were used to from before. That last episode really threw us for a loop. I don't know about all of you, but it definitely threw a loop for me. With the fact that there wasn't a suspect to eliminate. So, but we got through it. So we were able to get through it. We were able to help Franny get into the police database, find some additional evidence, find some email from, I can't remember who, to the contact. I can't remember her name, but
I can't either off the top of my head.
yeah.
It's been only a week, so
we'll dive back into that. There's a quick little episode 1 catch up that they were nice enough to include actually in the box. So, boom, off the record. If you did miss episode 1, don't worry, okay? Right about now, up in the YouTube video, there will be a link that just shows up right up there. That'll take you to the playlist for Hunted Killer. Feel free to check out all of our other Hunted Killer videos, along with episode 1 of Off the Record. That is currently on our YouTube. Diving into this one, into episode 1 catch up, right? So we've got Franny was able to access the Copper Cliffs police database to see more detailed information regarding Ashley's death, including a note from Ashley's sibling that says she was investigating at the local country club. Now that Franny knows more about Ashley's whereabouts on the day of her death and is getting closer to the truth, she needs to begin eliminating suspects. So that's what we're going to end up having. All right. Oh, hello, Magnus. I forgot I have that Pokemon community thing going in the chat. So that may show up down here occasionally. So feel free to try to catch some Pokemon while we're doing some stuff as well. Okay. So there you go. It just won't you won't see it on the screen. It just won't show up on the screen this time on this layout, but it will show up in the chat as that the Pokemon's there to be able to catch. Let's see. So I'm trying to think where I'm at now. So I just got distracted by that.
I think you did the summary.
Yep.
And then do you want me to do the announcement this time around regarding the political
Yeah, I'll just do a quick. We just do quick reminders. A quick reminder, chat. I went more in depth on this in the first video, but just a very quick reminder that this case has to do with a political campaign but more importantly, we're investigating the murder of Ashley, right? But there are some political aspects within this story, so just keep things civil, right? Like, don't try to bring up things of like, this is why I don't like certain parties or whatever the case may be. This isn't the place for that. This is all a fictitious, party A and party B type thing. So we're here because we are trying to have some fun, and we are working to try to solve this murder and find out who killed Ashley, right?
And find out what dirt Ashley has uncovered.
Correct, yes. And find out all this dirt on this country club.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, yeah, you can't access the site for orders. Yeah, they're kind of they're very limited on where they can where they can ship to. The Red Panda and Fox parties, I know, right? There you go.
Can't go wrong there.
Yeah. But that's awesome that you're in Romania. That's amazing. I actually have a friend of mine here in the States that's originally from Romania. So yeah, small world. So
it's great to have you part of our group.
We're happy. We're happy to have you. Yeah, like to be able to have you here.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we want to start diving into the evidence?
See some new goodies.
Yeah. All right. Let's get over here to the evidence room. Maybe if I can get my touch portal There's been some issues with
Ooh.
Amazon Web Services today, so a bunch of different programs are having some small issues.
Oh well, we'll
Yeah.
see how we go. We have to do a project that we can.
So
All right, it's all kind of tumbled out. There's some really fun looking stuff in here. All
Right.
right. Not gonna lie, this looks schmancy. It feels very soft. Okay. That's interesting.
so that is
I
a
have no idea.
shot glass.
Really?
Yeah, open it up.
I have trouble doing it. I'll be darned. That is so
Yeah,
weird.
so you can literally just it's like a keychain shot
That is
glass.
so funny.
So
for when you just
Yeah.
need to take a shot.
so you just So I had one of these in a bigger form
so clever. She's excited.
to go like camping and stuff like that. It was just like a cup.
That's
So
neat.
yeah, like they hook together like that. They collapse down and then you just pull it open.
I'll be
And then
darned.
you have a cup, and then so there you go.
I thought something would be in it with how it was making a sound though.
Oh yeah,
that's
no, it's
really
just because
impressive.
of the way that it is.
So, interesting symbol. That's gonna
Jazzy,
mean
hello,
something.
welcome in. All right, so what else do we have? We have let me grab the
Wow,
card
that's
here.
soft.
Okay,
This is really
so we also
soft.
have a bar towel.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm waiting for something to fall out of it.
I don't think there was anything in it when I
Oh,
was checking
symbols.
and
I
taking
see
pictures
symbols.
earlier.
There's symbols on it though. We've got whatever this is.
Okay,
The symbol that was on that shot glass for sure.
okay,
The tree symbol. And then finally we've got a sun mountain symbol. That's
okay.
interesting. That's a really nice towel though. I mean, did you feel this? It's really velvety.
It is. Look at
That's kind of crazy.
that.
Our bar towels or hand towels are not as nice.
Right? Yeah. All right. So let's see.
Coppercliffs Country Club, okay. And all kinds of goodies. What do I start
Mhm.
with here? Lots of paper this time around.
Yeah.
More info.
So we've got some stuff. It looks like we got Franny's letter, which is gonna be, I
Probably
think,
gonna be-
this piece right here, actually.
Yeah.
So it's folded up. So we got Franny's letter. We should have Reggie's note, which is that yellow note that's over to the
Awesome.
side. We should have Ashley's autopsy.
Oh,
We should have a police report with witness statements. There's going to be some receipts. There should be 3 of those.
Yeah, I found the 3 receipts. Autopsy report. Got it. Okay. I'm excited because we still don't know how she died yet. We just know she died in
Right.
the bathroom, I believe.
Reservation schedule. Some high fences. Screenshots.
Is that like another type of
Yeah, it's the like social media thing again. Yeah, like kind of
like next door in the real world?
Yeah.
Like a neighborhood platform that
yeah,
should chat with each other.
In the U.S., we have like an app or a website that you can go to and like be a part of your neighborhood community, and it's called Nextdoor. So in this realm, it sounds like they have one called High Fences.
Which is really
All
funny.
right, so work orders log, country club pamphlet,
Awesome. I think I see that as well.
some comment cards, and a TFC event flyer. So that's what
That's
we're
probably
looking
the
at
sticker.
for our
Yeah.
evidence for this season. Mm-hmm.
Someone has some love for
There you go.
TFC.
Show them.
Someone's really loving TFC here.
Right?
It takes a lot of effort to go around finding posters and sabotaging them.
Yeah,
Just saying.
exactly.
There's some intent there.
Okay.
That's funny.
Let's see if I can open this up just a little bit to try to get us a little bit more light in here.
At some point we
There
will
we go.
tackle the ghost light situation.
At some point, I just need to invest in like some kind of actual lighting
Maybe,
setup,
yeah.
or take the time to fix my overhead light. It just keeps like flickering, and I don't want that to happen.
All right, let's.
Let's see. So that's what we got. Do you want to go over the Franny's letter?
Yeah, let's start with
Okay.
that. So it looks like this is going to be her thing where she types a letter up and then goes nuts and writes all over it.
Yeah.
So I kind of have trouble reading the writing as I go. So I don't know. Was that confusing? Should I like stop every paragraph or what? I felt like it was confusing when I had to go back through and reread it with her in for instance in it, but it's hard for me to read it and then go up and read. I can't. I struggle following a little bit.
Well, that's okay. So yeah, if you just want to read through it, that's fine.
Okay.
And then we can go back and see what was emphasized on.
Perfect. That's easier
So
for
we've
me.
got that up here on the screen as well.
Okay.
So
Okay. So I'm
How
just gonna
much
read
is
the.
this T-shirt? Like to purchase it? I can't
I
remember. I
want to say
didn't
it's in
look
the
on their website.
25 to 35 range. I don't think
Yeah,
it's much
somewhere in the
over
25 to
that. Yeah.
$35 range from their directly from their website.
Yeah.
Uh, or if you're talking about how much is the T-shirt for like to have your name put on the T-shirt, I have that T-shirt down here, and that's I think I had that set for like $5 to have your name added to the back of the T-shirt. So we're getting plenty of names. I got to finish writing some more out, but yeah.
Don't roll backwards. The hot dog's parked right behind you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Our little dog is parked right behind his chair, and I didn't want to get rolled
right.
over.
So, well, but I'm glad you brought that up. So, chat, we are. I'll take a brief moment to say that we are still doing a charity fundraiser uh, for Wolf Park of Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are working to try to raise funds. You're going to see that up top across actually on this scene. So far we've raised a little over $2,200. Our next milestone goal is $2,450. If we can hit that, then there is a local company called Hoosier Security who has dedicated that they will match up to $1,000. So if we can hit that 2450, then that $1,000 will be capped, and we will get the full $1,000 from Hoosier Security. And then if we can just hit 2,500, then myself and Mrs. Strange will actually also be doing. We're currently doing a matching of up to $1,000. So if we hit the $2,500 mark, then that will cap out our donation amount as well, and then we will drop that $1,000 into the total above. So feel free, if you're able to donate, please feel free to do so. Even $5 helps, right? It's being tripled right now, so $5 turns into 15. 10 turns into 30. Et cetera, et cetera. So,
and even just telling your friends and family,
correct,
spreading the word. This is a park that I would love to be more well known. They serve a great cause and have some really good ambassadors that meeting the wolves that help educate young and old alike and help us understand more about these creatures and others like foxes. So
yeah,
they're really good company and good group of people.
No,
So.
yeah, absolutely. So definitely an amazing organization, nonprofit.
Sorry. Thank you.
Non-for-profit organization. I put in the chat, but they're dedicated to behavioral research, education, and conservation. And they're trying to improve the public's understanding of wolves and the understanding or and the value that they provide to the overall environment. But they also have more than just wolves. They also have foxes. They have bison. They just got a box turtle, clementine. So they're also educating on a lot of other things as well. So that fundraiser is going to be going through. We actually extended it. It's going to be continuing on through August 15th. So we can try to hit even a much larger goal as best that we can. So please feel free to share that link with your friends, your family, whoever. Post it out on Facebook, post it out on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you want to put it. Tell send it out in a text message, by email, whatever you want to do, just to try to raise the awareness of it and see if we can't get just even $5 from 10 separate people is $50, right? So that helps out tremendously. All right, so while you are reading that,
okay.
I'm going to upload all of the documents into the Discord. So there's the link right there in chat. If you are not a part of the Discord, please feel free to join that. We have a specific investigator as a role. If you're watching this on YouTube, that'll be in the comments down below. Or not in the comments, sorry, in the description down below. So feel free to join in.
All right, so this is from Franny. She's the person that was dealing with Ashley as Ashley was investigating and is trying to help us or ask for our help to solve this murder. Hey, detective. After we found that note, I took a trip up to the Copper Cliffs Country Club, the one Ashley went to the day she died. I tried to scope the place out, but since I'm not currently paying $5 bajillion for membership, Larry, the front desk guy, wouldn't let me pass the lobby. Fortunately, he did let me slip him a hundo for some records the club kept from that day, even though the bill got pretty gross from being balled up in my sweaty hand. I was hoping for a sign-in sheet or something, but we hit the jackpot. Turns out TFC was holding a private donor banquet at the club. And Larry remembered Harold showing up for his own meeting or something that day. Weird, right? I'm sending you everything Larry gave me. There's a booking schedule, a log of incident reports, a few comment cards from the suggestion box, and some receipts that he pulled. Larry also threw in some free club swag. It's pretty nice, but I don't want to own anything that would tie me to the Copper Cliffs 1%, so you can have it. As for the other 99%, they're part of the picture too. There was an organized protest outside the country club during TFC's event, led by none other than Reggie Mendoza, Ashley's older sibling. After a lot of hesitation and several drafts, I sent them an email, and they were quick to reply. We've been in close contact since, and they're a real sweetheart despite the circumstances. They're having a very tough time. I think they were glad to talk to someone who wasn't just accepting what happened to Ashley. I told them that I was suspicious about Ashley's death and doing a little personal investigation, and they gave me even more stuff, which I'm also sending to you, along with a note from Reggie that gives it all some context. I think our investigation has given them something to focus on. Reggie also suggested that I look at the country club's exclusive online forum, which I didn't know existed. It might help, but I think police documents I took from the CCPD database will be more useful. With all that, I think we've got enough to set an objective. In my opinion, we should consider the list of people Ashley wrote in her notebook as our pool of suspects and start narrowing it down. We need to eliminate one person to start. The one time I read that, it says from being a suspect, not like from the world. I just couldn't help but
We shall, our task, chat, is not just to eliminate them from the suspect pool, okay? Okay? I'm glad we're on the same page. All right.
I think that was funny. Not like from the world. She sounds like someone like me who just speaks their mind and does not think clearly what they're saying. I've been combing through the internet trying to find out what the suspects were up to that day. If we can find conclusive proof that one of them was definitively not murdering Ashley, we can cross them off our suspects list. I'm looking through hidden backdoors, caches, and traces of stuff that's been deleted. It's pretty gnarly and painstaking process that could take forever. So here's what I need from you. Figure out if any one of our suspects has a strong alibi, and send me their name through the messenger with the KeepSafe app. And in the password, it says the new password. All right. Okay. And at the very end, it says, it's funny, but I sometimes forget Ashley is gone and think how helpful she would be in doing all this. Like, I should call Ashley. Then I remember and it all comes crashing back. I can only imagine how hard it's hitting Reggie. Let's do this for both of them. Blah.
Okay. So, sounds like we're eliminating one suspect. Is that what it is?
At least to start with. Who knows? Okay. Last time Franny was up to a lot of mischievousness afterwards, so she kind of throws a curveball.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a part 1 and a part 2.
Right. We could probably just go down in order, I feel like. Through the packet that I have stapled.
Or are we going to read through the little goofy things?
The packet should be...
Well, it's under here.
Oh, okay.
It's under here. Do you want to read the goofy things first?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I'm not used to that stuff being there. I keep forgetting that
it's awkward.
It's so weird to me that somebody would
types it and then writes on it.
Yeah, would literally type up an entire thing just to then print it, and then write all over it.
She seems like one of those people that thinks of extra stuff in the back end. Like she's
kind of I guess so.
She's an oversharer is what it kind of comes across as. So let's read some of these extra ones. So it says, okay, I know I was iffy on pulling anything unlawful last time, and I still stand by that, but this was offline and can't be tracked. Meaning, I think getting the stuff. Since she wasn't online getting the stuff from Larry, it's not trackable.
Oh, yeah.
Saying. And then she said, so private that a lot of his campaign didn't even know about it.
Oh, wow.
So TFC's private event was so private, not much of his campaign actually knew about it, which is pretty good.
Okay.
And then the free swag that she was highlighting, he might be as over his job as I am, which is probably why he gave her all that stuff in the first place.
Right.
It seems like a lot of stuff to do if you're wanting to keep your job.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's the bar towel and the shot glass are the swag.
Yeah. Let's see, Ashley's death and doing a little personal investigation, and they even gave me some more stuff.
So it tried to be...
He's trying to keep it secret, it looks like.
Yeah, tried to be sensitive and totally secret. Okay.
And then calls their forum the easiest hack she's ever done. And thanks the CCPD database for letting her steal all that information from
Oh
them as
yeah.
well.
Oh, thanks again to us. So she's thanking
Oh,
us
okay,
again
for getting into that. Yeah,
yeah, for getting that password pulled
that's
together
so
for
funny. For helping her break the law, right?
yeah. So
And
yeah,
then
eliminate one person.
from being a
We
suspect,
shall
not like from
eliminate
the
one
world.
person. Okay.
And then she wants to figure out she wants to figure out the timelines, what it's sounding like. It'd be really helpful if we actually knew exactly when it happened.
Yep.
So that sounds like she's trying to figure out a timeline in there too a little bit, so we can better figure out where people were.
Okay.
Is how I'm taking that.
So. Yeah. So we need to know the. Yeah. So we definitely need to know, like Exquisite said, right? Trying to figure out a time of death. We'll need to. Wait, why did it give?
What's wrong? Did you log in with the new login?
Oh, you know what? It
right
didn't
here.
have me do that. That's why.
It's this right here at the bottom.
There we go.
Better?
Yep.
Updated.
That's better.
Yeah.
It like auto logged me in or something like that. So all right, so it says so we don't need to send her the time frame, but what we do need to, at the end of this episode, we'll need to send the full name of an innocent suspect when we have one. Meantime, she's going to continue to scour the net, and she's going to need a lot of coffee.
Wow.
Yeah. These were from last episode, right?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
I was trying to keep it clear who we could remember who we were voting for, because
oh yeah.
Or not voting for. Sorry, I read the word vote twice, guys.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But the candidates, I was trying. That's how I'm keeping the candidates, because she keeps calling the one guy Harold, and the other guy she keeps calling TFC.
Yeah.
So to keep it straight, I just stuck him in there for a second. Plus, I didn't have anything else to fill it with until you got done.
Yeah, that's all good.
I'm trying to fill the blank space, so I don't put my
article
on it.
So we can start going, I guess, in order of
the way
that everything's pulled together. I think.
Right, so what was
so let's do Reggie's letter.
Okay, and that was that yellow thing you said?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, tiny writing. This should be interesting. Okay. All right, so Reggie is the sibling of the victim, Ashley. Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
In your packet, it's bigger.
Oh, that's good. Let's just go that route then. Oh, look at that. You're so thoughtful. I love you.
Right?
All right. Do you want me to read it, or do you want to read this?
I can try to read it. Let's see. All right, so... Hi, Franny. Thanks for reaching out. It was good to hear from someone who's not just stuck. My dad's thrown himself into work, and my mom's coping, but not talking about it. I can see why Ashley enjoyed meeting with you. She liked that you were honest, that she could trust you. I'm sending the papers Ash gave me the day she died. It's just a pamphlet and flyer from the country club. It was probably silly to hang on to this stuff, but it was the last thing she asked me to do for her. And I keep expecting her to come back. So I'm trying to read this. It's a little bit harder for me to read. I think she'd probably want you to have this stuff, though, under the circumstances. Ash would do exactly what you're doing if I had been murdered. She was always the one who got to the bottom of things. I want to do whatever I can to live up to her memory. I don't want to be stuck anymore. We need justice and closure. And right now, we don't have either. So if there's anything else I can do for you, just ask. You can count on me. Let me know what you find. Sincerely grateful, Reggie. Now, some of the notes, I feel like...
For special stuff.
Yeah, so there's...
on this, it felt like it was faded in spots, but on that, it's not.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just from when I scanned it.
It must be, because that's what I was looking for. It's not there. So on the original copy, there's no fading like it was on your copy.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And it's not on the digital image either. So I think it was just like when I printed it, it was just having issues. My printer at work's having some struggling issues.
All right. So, good to hear from... Can you clarify? Was it Ashley's parents who had a flower shop? Is that right?
Yes.
Someone had a flower shop. Right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ashley's parents had a flower shop. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. So what's next? Is it the medical report?
Ashley's autopsy.
Okay.
Yep, so the medical report. So again, chat, this is all of this paperwork is located in the Discord. There's a specific Hunted Killer channel within the Discord with a thread. So if you go down to the games channel, you'll find Hunted Killer, and then the thread we're on is Off the Record episode 2. This way, then, if you are joining or you're watching on YouTube, then you don't end up, if you're trying to catch up with us later, and we're already on like episode 4, just know that we're in episode, for this episode right now, this is episode 2's thread. This way you don't accidentally open up a different thread and spoil some stuff. Wow, I can talk. Some things for yourself. There we go.
Looks like it's the ME report. I'm very excited.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is going to have, I feel like, a lot of information for us that we didn't have before.
Definitely. Do you want me to read this since it's got more
Yeah,
medical
go right
terms in
ahead,
there?
yeah.
I come from more medical background, so I just figured I'd offer because some of these are a little tongue twisty. So it looks like the autopsy was done in Flagstaff.
Okay.
Physician, let's see here. She was 29, Latina, eye, hair color, all that stuff. Let's see. All right. I always find it very tragic, at the same time very entertaining what they have on them at the time of their death. Like, it's always the most obscure stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the water bottle and stuff. So I guess let's start with the findings. So deceased adult female with early signs of rigor mortis in face and postmortem lividity. Mechanism of death is asphyxiation by closure of air passages of the neck as a result of external pressure, as supported by perimortem, which means at the time of death fracture on hyoid bone and bruising on the neck. Post-mortem puncture marks found in left antecubital area. Post-mortem bruising around the diameter of the antecubital area. Fractured occipital bone, consistent with perimortem injury, so before death injury is what that's trying to say.
Okay.
So she was strangled. I'm not surprised because I couldn't really imagine, like, stabbing, she'd be screaming, shooting, people would hear a gunshot. So I'm not surprised. The only other thing I could think of was someone had poisoned her food, maybe, or something. But it sounded like she was strangled. And the rigor mortis of that will help us figure out timing of her death. Let's see. So her brain was starved of oxygen. Suppression of unconscious breathing regulation. Let's see. So obviously homicide. Let's see. Whoa, other conditions contributing but not related to the cause of death, opioid injection? That's interesting. And blunt force trauma to the eye area or occipital area of the skull.
Okay.
Interesting. That is interesting. So maybe, I don't know. I got some theories flying in my head now. So 29-year-old Latina female. The body was found in the library. Wait. I thought it was oh yeah, okay. Seating upright on the toilets, because that's what I thought it was in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The victim's hyoid bone was fractured, bruising on the neck. Ooh, bruises left a partial fingerprint found on the victim's neck, along with latex residue, which would probably sound like gloves or something.
Okay.
Multiple puncture wounds surrounded by postmortem bruising were found on the inside of her left elbow. A perimortem blunt force injury was found on the victim's skull.
So postmortem bruising, that would mean that it happened after she died, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that sounds like then somebody strangled her and then probably injected her and made it look like she was shooting up.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what I was thinking
attempting to make it look like she was shooting.
Yeah, or make it look like she was druggy or something.
Right, yeah, that she like OD'd or something like that. Yeah, exactly. They tried to make it look like an overdose.
But unfortunately, because she started to bruise from the trauma of the strangulation, that's kind of disproving what they were trying to get away with. Yeah.
So, okay.
Which is what I love about you. And with the multiple puncture wounds, like, part of me was thinking it's probably someone who doesn't do that very often.
Right.
So it's not like someone who's like a skilled drug addict who like knows how to hit a vein. You know what I mean? If someone's poking the skin multiple times, it shows inexperience or frantic panic, basically, lack of preparation or planning. I feel like this is going to be more of an emotional murder than it is a calculated one. But yeah, so perimortem means like at the time of death. Postmortem means after death.
Okay.
So, let's see here. Let's see. The presence of a partial fingerprint which does not appear to match the victim, alongside the skull injury, the shape and the position of which do not seem to match with any of the items or pieces of furniture in the library, suggests that another person was present at the time of death.
Okay.
This additional person likely strangled the victim to death. Further investigation is warranted.
Okay.
Let's see, they had a conversation with a police officer. Post-mortem ID was done, and she was identified by her driver's license and confirmed by her sister. Or sorry, I keep doing that, so we don't know if it's a male or female. I
Right.
keep saying sister,
Sibling Reggie.
even though it's Reggie. It's automatic. The brain's just kind of doing its thing. I'm so sorry. I will probably keep doing that. Unfortunately, I'm trying. So yeah, so basically, the driver's license helped them confirm an ID, and they usually confirm it by a family member IDing as well. So they
Okay.
got double confirmation of who it is. I was kind of trying to look through and see if there's anything interesting that she had on her person, and there's nothing really that's ringing a bell except for the slip of paper with handwriting that I'm seeing that sounds interesting or intriguing at this time.
Right.
So we'll see. Um, Page 2. These always have so much info, guys. I'm
So
so
yeah, so it
sorry.
does look like for clothing and valuables.
Yeah.
So one thing that stands out to me
Something else?
is just the wallet. So
Oh,
like
really?
yeah, so her wallet was still there with the driver's license, credit cards, and
Oh,
money
okay.
left in the wallet still, right? And bills and
Fair,
change.
fair.
So right, so like that automatically points to that it wasn't just some random
Robbery or something.
right, it wasn't
Yeah,
just somebody trying to rob her or anything like that, So
that makes total sense.
mhm.
Let's see. I think should we read through like the external examination, all that stuff? 'Cause we read through the summary already. I'm just not sure how much medical jargon people want to hear.
Um
Should we still go ahead and read through it all?
No, I mean this looks
It's
like it's
very, it's very
more.
deep. It's
It's well,
basically
it just skimming through it. It looks like it's very similar to what was already talked
mhm.
about.
Except there's a two-handed
Um,
grasp by the assailant. That's different or new, but yeah, for the most part, it's the same stuff, just more in detail. I think is what it
yeah.
is. Yeah.
So it looks like injuries. It does have the toxicology part where it was discussed further in the internal examination section. Found that a dose of fentanyl had been
Woo!
injected into the left antecubital area. I think that's this. Yeah,
It's
you're
your
inside your
elbow. Yeah.
elbow.
Yep.
And then lack of inflammation that surrounds the bruising to the inner elbow suggests that these punctures were made post mortem. So that definitely confirms it. Though within a half hour or within a half an hour of death.
Mm-hmm.
The blunt force injury definitely took place prior to death, but was not the direct cause.
Because something had to incapacitate her long enough for her to be strangled, or she would have
Mm-hmm.
had fight back wounds on her. Because anyone
No,
strangling, someone's going to put their hands up to try to dig at the
right.
hands of that person.
No evidence of significant natural causes or natural disease processes. So it wasn't that she was like, suffering and, passing away of, some kind of natural disease. The appears that it was a blunt object and strangled by an unknown individual. So strangulation caused the victim's death. The victim's left antecubital area was then injected with the needle 3 times. So
Oh, see, there you go.
strangulation. So it sounds like strangulation happened first.
I think the head wound probably happened
Oh
first.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, the head wound happened first,
Yeah.
then strangulation, then
Then
the
the
injection. Okay.
yeah.
I think the
Okay.
rest of those injuries on that right side are just again much more in-depth things, saying exactly what we just said, right? So the cranium injury saying that it did render the victim either completely unconscious or severely disoriented. The hyoid bone, that's the part that talks about the strangle, showing that the victim was strangled and was caught, would then be the cause of death, and then more talking of
The punctures in the arms again.
punctures.
Yeah.
So the next page is going to talk about where those marks and wounds
Hang on. Go
are.
to the bottom really quick. Go to the bottom. Go to the bottom.
Uh,
Time of death.
there you go. So there you go. There's your time of death.
Sorry.
So time of death, body temperature taken at the scene, and rigor and livor mortis approximate the time of death between 7:45 p.m. and 8:15 p.m. So I don't know where I put my post-it notes.
I'm just trying to see what time they had an event there again, but I don't think it says. No, it just says campaign event, but it doesn't say the timing of it. What are you looking for? Post-its? I don't see any. Do you want me to go get some now? There's some.
No, I'm
okay.
just gonna
I have tons of post-its.
Let me grab this.
So 7:45 to 8:15. So that's a pretty decent time to death. Down to a half hour. I'll take it.
Right.
So anyone who knows anything about forensics, you cannot say this victim died at 8:19 p.m. Like, it does not happen like that most of the time.
So time of death we said
7:45 to 8:15. Oh, there's even a tourniquet mark. Somehow I missed that. That's interesting. They actually left a tourniquet mark where they left the tourniquet on her arm to do the injections in the first place.
Right.
That's interesting.
Okay, so let me get this taped up. Probably gonna cut my head off on the video, but that's okay.
So it looks like they had the fingerprint they included in this. That's kind of interesting. It is kind of a partial fingerprint, but that's weird because saying the latex residue made me think glove. So did the glove tear? How did they have a partial
right,
print?
Llama?
Oh, sorry.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Shockingly, like it takes like a lot longer than an hour to do DNA,
Right, yeah, exactly. So what were you saying? So that's the fingerprint, right?
There's a fingerprint, but it kept stressing latex residue. Yeah, here it goes. Latex residue found on bruises. So that's kind of interesting because they found enough of a fingerprint to register fingerprint, but there's latex residue, which to me screams gloves or some type of material to impede fingerprints. So it's kind of interesting. It's like someone was trying to hide their fingerprints.
Look, all right, their hand protection broke, and they didn't stop and in that moment and make sure that they re-gloved. Okay,
Indeed.
Like that's what it is.
Yeah. That might be the end of them too.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So exactly. It could possibly cost them 18 years to life. So
one thing this page stresses is that the fentanyl did not circulate in her system. So it's almost like they never hit the vein, is what it sounds like. Like, it stresses that there's subdermal swelling in that area and that the liquid did not circulate the bloodstream. Meaning whoever did this did it so badly they never hit a vein or vessel, and it just sat there in the tissues around the vessels.
Yeah.
After she died. So.
Well, so that's so it's saying like maybe they had the gloves on before they strangled. Yeah, so that's possible. Maybe they had gloves on, so there was residue on their hands from then when they strangled and then it transferred.
Very possible, yeah. Or there could be some other type of latex, I guess. There's multiple types of latex. I know there's stuff out there that you can put on your fingers to try to prevent fingerprints and stuff like that, too.
Maybe, yeah.
The way that the autopsy thing reads is that the person doing it, like, didn't even hit the vein. It stressed that it was subdermal swelling appearing to be from the injection of liquid that did not circulate into the bloodstream. So it sounded like maybe the person doing the injection didn't even get it into the bloodstream anyway.
Very
See, there you go. Multiple latex options. And finger condoms for everyone is a real deal. It's real.
Correct.
We have to use them at work when we apply cat meds to ears.
There you go.
So, unique amount of purposes.
So we've got all of that. There's the puncture sites found on the left. Yeah, that's what she was just talking about right there.
I'm just reading that as it didn't get into the veins, but we'll see over time how that ends up settling out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, if it was after, so if they injected it after death, then there was no circulation anyway.
Correct, but there's no mentioning that the vein was even hit or the bloodstream was even hit.
Right. Like, well, that's okay.
It's not pumping.
It doesn't. It's a detail that whether it got in or out.
The way they're saying is, it sounds like it's in the tissue near the veins, but not actually in the veins at all.
Okay. Yeah, it just says that it didn't circulate into the bloodstream. So whatever that may mean. Let's see. I don't know if it'll make much of a difference in the
sample of liquid pooled in the victim's left elbow area. tested positive for fentanyl.
Okay.
The drug sat under the victim's skin and did not circulate. Ergo, injection was made after death.
Yep. There we go.
Negative for all the other funky stuff. Let's see. Syringe found on victim's body also tested. Traces of liquid inside positive for fentanyl. Body cavity. That's so awkward. I'm sorry. They measure your fat layer, man. Like, seriously, like there is not. I'm not gonna lie. The previous page.
Then you know what?
Let me point this
Whenever
out.
whenever something happens, chat. Like whenever something happens to me, okay. And you ask for the autopsy because we've seen what Mrs. Strange has done in past episodes of Hunt a Killer.
Just put my hands on your neck to see how it felt. Does not mean I was gonna hurt you.
So just so you know, there's gonna be that number will probably be a lot larger.
So I was just going to point out before he went off on that tangent, thank you, Strange, is that they even document on here fully developed, well-nourished Latina female. Did anyone else cringe at that? 'Cause I kind of cringed at that a little bit. I'm like, that was awkward.
Right.
Just awkward. So sorry, I just had to point that out there because I saw that and went, really?
Yeah.
It just seemed weird to describe, I guess. But everything organ-wise was where it should be.
Yeah.
There is no evidence of blunt force trauma or penetrative injury to the region. So it says that even though she was hit in the head, that her skull was not fractured. That's the biggest thing to take away from that. So the brain or the area protecting the brain is all intact and uninjured. So even though she was probably knocked out or at least somewhat impaired, she wasn't killed by the blow.
Right. I'm just saying that you would get a copy of my autopsy and go over it on stream.
Depending. Right. It depends on the circumstances. All right. More squeezing of the throat stuff, GI stuff. Oh, here we go. Esophagus shows damage from compression, suggests throttling. The stomach contained partially digested food that had been consumed roughly 3 hours prior to death. No identifiable foreign objects, pills, or capsules observed. No stress ulcers or anything like that in her stomach. Appendix is present. Liver is healthy. I'm not sure what the gallbladder releasing prior to death means. That's kind of interesting, though. Smooth. I don't see anything else popping out of note. Unremarkable thyroid. Heart, free of adhesions. 300 cc's of liquid and clotted blood found within the pericardium. That's kind of interesting. So, I don't know. That's kind of interesting. Inward compression fracture present of the hyoid, which is that bone in the front of your neck. And then the occipital bone, which is the eye socket area. Nothing else is sounding very exciting on this.
Okay.
No obvious sexual activity. All right, what's that word mean?
What is it?
What does that word mean? Noli gravida. Anybody? CSI fan?
Noli gravida? I don't know.
I have no idea what that means. I'm gonna have to Google it, y'all. Give me 2 seconds.
I got it. What is it?
Well, N-U-L-L-I-G-R-A-V-I-D-A.
A woman who's never been pregnant.
Interesting. I learned a new word today. Never have heard that word in my life, but there we go.
Okay. So that is what that word means.
So not been pregnant. Got it.
Let's see what this other thing means too.
What other thing?
About the gallbladder.
Okay.
That's a victim.
It just says victim's gallbladder was released prior to death. So does that mean it just released with dinner? Or does that mean that in the middle of her being attacked, strangled, or something else, that the gallbladder released for some reason and that's significant? I'm not sure. They always go so all out on these that it's hard to actually filter out the really important stuff from the totally red herring type of misleading stuff. See, that's the thing about Hunt a Killer. You learn new words and
Right?
new.
Yeah, exactly.
We learned so many things about like marina and like island type stuff with Mallory Rock, and then Class of '98. That was just a whole trip back to our '90s right there. It was just awesome. But you learn new stuff every day. So supposedly both parties were at the place at the time of, so that's kind of interesting. Looks like we have a police report here as well. So location. So at the library, found in the restroom with signs of drug abuse present, which we know to be false now.
Yeah. So, but what I was
What's it
trying to figure out
saying?
was like, so if it, I mean, so basically she ate at some point
Is that
beforehand.
all it's saying? Is
It's
that she
basically,
because
yeah,
they already said that she ate 3 hours prior due to what was in her
right.
stomach, so that's not that
So yeah,
exciting.
so
Okay.
like what Lama was saying, right?
Okay.
The gallbladder releasing is just like when you digest fatty food, it releases bile, and then that helps pass it down a narrow tube, right? Like um, so it basically just means that she ate some fatty food earlier. So
Is
we
it
go.
all food fatty these days?
Pretty
Sorry.
much.
Sorry.
Um, except anything on the dollar menu. Anything on the dollar menu doesn't count for calories, right? Uh,
Exactly.
yeah. So I mean that's just science. All right. So next up is the Copper Cliffs Police Department incident and offense report. Uh, okay, that works well. That it's probably something that helped determine
It
how
probably
long
helped
ago they
them,
ate and then
yeah.
what type of meal
Well,
it
it
was.
probably helped them limit that time narrowing down of
Mhm.
like the time of death as well, my suspicion. But
Right. All right. So this is the case report for Ashley's death. So, deceased body found in restroom with signs of drug abuse present. 29-year-old female Ashley Marie Mendoza. So let's see here. We've got at 10:47 p.m. Dispatch received a 911 call reporting the discovery of a dead body in the upstairs women's bathroom at the Copper Library. Caller identified themselves as Sue Gareth's Coppercliffs Department of Public Works janitor. I was dispatched and arrived on scene at 10:56 p.m. I was met by Miss Gareth's, who identified herself as the caller at the front entrance of the library. She led me to the upstairs bathroom. No other persons were present at the scene.
so I just
Uh,
realized I somehow mixed up this. So she didn't die at the country club. She died
right.
at the library in town doing research or something. Somehow I thought she died at the country club at some point in
No.
that.
So
So
not
that's
only she died
interesting.
at the yeah.
Yeah.
So she was killed at the
I
library.
was just realizing I
Uh,
misspoke, so I may have confused
more than
people.
likely she was killed at the library.
Yeah.
So
With rope, sorry. Sorry. Back to
right,
Clue, guys. Sorry.
yeah, we're going to Clue. All right.
Mrs. White.
So after confirming the presence of the body, I recognized the victim as Ashley Mendoza, a local reporter. I pronounced the victim dead at 11:04 p.m. The visual observation that she was not breathing, and by tactile observation that she had no pulse or heartbeat. I observed that the victim was sitting on the toilet of the last stall, fully clothed. The victim's lap was soaked in urine. There was signs of bruising around her neck, possibly from before the incident of death. There was a syringe on the victim's lap with nothing inside. The victim's left arm was tied off with a tourniquet, and the inside of her elbow had several puncture wounds where it looked like a needle had been. I concluded that a medical examination was necessary to determine if the victim died as a result of accidental overdose, foul play, or natural causes. Will confirm after routine autopsy. The victim's belongings will be marked and bagged as evidence following a routine autopsy. Miss Gareth was taken willingly to the CCPD station for a witness statement. Body of the deceased was removed from the scene at 12:20 a.m. The following day, I spoke with the victim's sibling, Reggie Mendoza, and took a statement. Addendum. After reviewing the autopsy performed by the county coroner, it is this officer's conclusion that the deceased death was the result of an intentional homicide, not accidental overdose, as was initially speculated, and should be investigated as such.
That just makes a little more sense because you'd expect an overdose more in a library bathroom than you would at a very fancy country club. So, like, that makes more sense why they were trying to frame it as such originally.
Right.
So it looks like this might be the witness's report, the one that found the body.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be her report. It looks like.
So next up we've got the statements.
Is it more than one person's statement?
There is.
Yes. The other one's a sibling. Okay.
So this first one is from the person that found Ashley. Would you like to read that?
Sure. Okay, so she said, I got to the library around 10 after it was already closed. I cleaned the downstairs bathrooms, then went upstairs. When I went into the women's room, I saw someone was on the toilet in the big stall. I told her I was with custodial services and said she needed to leave because the library was already closed. But she didn't answer. I asked if she was okay. When she didn't answer again, I said if she didn't respond, I was going to call security. No response still, so I looked between the stall crack. She looked knocked out on the toilet, fully dressed, and I saw the needle on her lap. I broke open the door. It wasn't hard. It was obvious she was gone. After I realized that, I called 911. It was almost 11 by then. I don't know how long she'd been there before I found her. I waited outside the library for the police to show up. So that's interesting. She had to get the door to open, and so she had to, quote, break it open.
Mm-hmm.
So she had to just climb under the stall or something like that. So whoever left Ashley in there had to figure out a way to lock it and get out, which I think is interesting.
Right.
We don't know if it was a full door or partial door or what, but
yeah. Well, I mean,
because
it's
some
probably
of those
just
restrooms are just a door that you can crawl under.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm guessing. Is that it was probably something like that, right? Like they would have crawled out from underneath it or something.
So that's interesting that they took the time to lock her in to try to hide her body and give them more time to get away. Is what I was saying. Like just intent, maybe.
So, all right. And the next up is Reggie's, right?
Yes.
So.
This is the protest at the country club. Okay.
Right. So, this is a witness statement by Reggie. I was at the protest outside the country club. Ashley showed up later to work on a story. She said she had to talk to people inside. I didn't see her again until later when I heard someone shouting. Judith Richards was yelling at Ashley about something, very upset. I started to move towards Ashley and saw security physically pulling Judith away, like they were worried she was going to attack Ashley. Ashley said she was physically okay, but she was clearly upset. She said she was going to file a restraining order. There's history there. Judith has been trolling Ashley's blog. Ash gave me some stuff to hold on to for her. We had a quick hug, and she left. I stayed to clean up and didn't leave until 9. When I got home, I saw that I had missed a call from Ashley. She left me a message at 7:34 saying she was going to be home late and apologizing that she wouldn't be back in time to make dinner, even though it was her night to cook. That's it. That's the last thing she ever said to me. Ashley didn't do drugs. If that's what you think, you don't know her at all. Have you asked Judith Richards where she was when my sister died? Or what they were arguing about? And then in Skinner's writing, so Eric Skinner, who is the officer taking the report, that is, or the officer's stuff, it says CCPD, witness alibi corroborated by several people at the protest. So his witness statement, as far as is corroborated that he was at the protest. So I don't know if he's one of our suspects.
Who?
Reggie?
No, I just looked.
He or she, or
no.
yeah, if the sibling is any kind of suspect.
I just looked because originally she said, she being Franny said that the people in the notebook of Ashley's is the suspect list. I just looked, Reggie's not in it.
Okay, all right.
That's what I was just confirming myself because with the CCPD note right here, I'm like, oh, did we just figure it out? We did not. That would be way too easy.
Right. So there we go. So that was Reggie's there.
At Loma, I really think, or I think she probably urinated as she passed away. Like, it's very normal for your body to eliminate or empty its bladder when you pass away.
Yep, so absolutely.
That's my suspicion.
All right, so there are, if you want to find the 3 receipts, because I'm worried that I may have accidentally cut off the bottom of the bottom one. Not sure if I did or not. It'll be the smaller one. So it just says, we look forward to serving you again. So that's the only part that got cut off.
And apparently that says something different than this one.
Yes. So actually, I'm gonna point that out as well.
That's
So
interesting.
on the receipts, there's 3 receipts that were included in our evidence. And if you look closely at these receipts at the very top, there's different.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 of these have the same symbol. One is different. Uh, Now, what I think, looking at this, is the area. Yep, that's it. So look at on the receipt. Look at the area. So the one with the
VIP
tree is the same
bar.
area
Okay.
of the Copper Cliffs Country Club.
VIP bar country
Hmm.
club. Okay. And what was the other
Yeah,
one?
that one is the Steakhouse Lodge Bar and Grill.
Is that still in the country club though?
Yeah, it's still part of the Copper Cliffs Country Club. So they have the receipts are all there, but it looks like they have different sections of the club.
So that's probably what this
And
is
so
about.
then, yeah, and so then they have different symbols for each section. Which,
Cool.
like you said, on that bar or on the
Because that
bar
one would have come
towel,
from the.
there was 4 different symbols.
Hmm.
So yeah,
So that's interesting. 'Cause the one that was on the shot glass then comes from that steakhouse, lodge, bar, and grill, versus the tree part comes from the VIP bar.
right. So this is
Oh, cool.
an image that I put through together. I took some pictures of the bar towel. So this is an image of that bar towel with the different symbols on it.
Nice.
And they're in order, like the way they appear on the towel if you hold it up upright, right, with the country club facing
Hmm.
it. So so these are the symbols that are, yeah, for that. So that's the symbol that's on the shot glass. So yeah, so I feel like that symbol um is probably, yeah, this one right here, that same one. Yep. So
Yep. Which is the same one that was on the shot glass.
correct.
Yep.
Uh
Anything interesting about the
yeah.
receipts specifically?
So Exquisite is pointing out that someone definitely drank a lot. Uh
Are these all on the same day? Do we know? Do we know if they were all on the same day?
I do
I think
not.
they were. I think it was all the like, yeah.
I'm
So
guessing it
receipts he
is.
pulled. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm betting at some point we got to figure out based on these orders for drinks and food, who did what is basically
This is
sufficient.
the promotion special promotional gift, by the way. Read the bottom of that middle receipt and look how much they spent. I'm bet and because the symbol matches, I'm
Uh-huh.
betting this is the
That is
promotional.
awesome.
Spend $85 and get this promotional
That is
gift.
so
There you go.
awesome.
Or spend $75, I mean, and get that promotional gift. There
So
you go.
someone got a virgin mojito, meaning non-alcoholic, right? Or is that different?
Yeah,
VRGN. Is that VRGN mean
yeah,
virgin or not?
probably, yeah. That's what my guess would be. Would
Yeah.
be a virgin mojito.
Yeah.
So you've got someone got
The Caesar salad.
a
I wouldn't.
Caesar salad, ribeye, blue elk, bourbon, um, virgin mojito. So those are your 2 drinks. That's your 2 dinners. So that was 2 guests there. I'm trying to see if there's any kind. There is a
The
member
one guest
ID.
is interesting because it's really high. Of like the one guest is really interesting because it's a massive
This is
tab.
definitely gonna help us. So we're looking at between 7:45 and 8:15 p.m. So my guess is that if we look at this, is there any of these receipts during that time? Maybe nope. 7:38.
7:38.
So that's very close.
But
We probably have to
that is the
look.
start time of the tab, not the end time, right? Is that usually the start
This
time
I
of the
think it's the
tab?
time that it got closed out, possibly.
Okay.
Um, because it's like a receipt, right?
Mm-hmm.
So supposedly, I mean, though it doesn't show you like they paid for their tab or anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
But this is one guest right here. So one guest, and then it
Oh,
also has right below that it tells you a member ID.
and there's the one member ID is the same. The guest that has two and the one spot's got two in the other. So this one and this one have the same member ID.
So the dine in, and then they
BZH224.
went to the bar.
Yeah.
So those 2
So
people,
this one's by itself.
627. No. So they went to the bar first. So they were
Yeah.
probably at the bar waiting for their reservation or whatever at some at some point around 7. So maybe this is the start of it because they 6:20 or at the end, right? So they were at the bar waiting for their probably 6:30 reservation.
Yeah. I'm very interested. There's no tip on any of these.
Well, and this looks like it's almost like that printout that you get before you
Yeah.
actually get the
Oh, that's true.
one
That's
where
true.
you would
Yeah.
write the tip, right?
Yeah.
So this is just your receipt. Like, hey, like this is how much you owe us. How do you want to pay?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That's kind of interesting. So yeah, so a group of two people had alcohol beforehand and food after, and this other person, that's supposedly only one person, got a crap ton of
yeah, so
alcohol.
that's what chat is just talking about, right?
Yeah.
So there,
So
Llama's bringing up that or Xula brought up that that is a lot of alcohol, right?
yeah. So I'm
Um,
wondering if that one person had a tab for a whole party of people or something. I'm not sure. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so right, so like unless someone was buying rounds for everyone, that's what it was saying. Uh, 7 shots of Mad Dog, right?
That
Let's
sounds
see.
brutal.
Yeah, one was drinking alcohol, the other one
So maybe as we
wasn't.
go into other stuff, the people that are for these receipts will
Yeah,
make
because you
more
got like
sense.
you
Yeah.
got two
So right
short
now we
temples
don't
and
have quite enough to know whose receipts are which now.
correct. So, but we might be able to, I think, figure some stuff out because we got some. There's some other cards in there that I think will come into play.
Okay. What are we doing
Uh,
next?
so next up is going to be. Do we want to look at?
Get the
Let's look at the pamphlet. Yeah,
okay.
let's look at the pamphlet before we really dig into anything more of Copper Cliffs Country Club. Let's look at the actual pamphlet and kind of
So
learn more about the club so we can maybe understand a little bit
it's
more.
a 4 page document. Okay, so it says
Yeah.
Copper Cliffs Country Club. On the back, it's got their CC thing on it.
Okay.
So page one.
Let's go.
110 Condor Avenue, Copper Cliffs. So is that up there somewhere? Did we ever find it? Thank you. I can't put CCCC because there's too many things that end
Right, I know exactly.
I'm just gonna put CC Country Club. Okay,
So we've got
110 Condor Avenue.
welcome to the club. Welcome to the Copper Cliffs Country Club, an exclusive retreat center located on the edge of our beautiful town. Our club is dedicated to providing its esteemed members an exceptional, full service private club experience with elite facilities, fine dining, and most importantly, quality stewardship. We look forward to serving you.
Sounds cheesy. So I found it. It's number one. It's in the top right corner of the map, guys. It's number one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Exquisite maybe caught something.
What?
Ashley didn't have any alcohol in her system for the autopsy.
Yeah.
Was she possibly the one drinking the virgin mojito?
Possibly. Maybe she was interviewing somebody.
And Shirley Temples?
Could she be. Wait, what are Shirley Temples? I was. Non-alcoholic? Maybe she was interviewing someone. Didn't she say something about more connections that she was going to interview to get more dirt? Yeah, it says on the edge of our beautiful town. They're not kidding.
Yeah,
They're
soda
in
water
town.
and grenadine.
Oh, good to
So
know.
some of them are a little bit different, and some of them call for ginger ale, maraschino cherry,
I always thought
ice, and
Shirley Temples were an
grenadine.
alcoholic drink, so I learned two different things today. Thank you,
Yeah.
Exquisite. Good to know.
So yeah, you just pour
It's a
1 ounce of
kids drink?
grenadine over ice in a glass.
Well, I guess that
Top
makes
with
sense.
4 ounces of lime soda and 4 ounces of ginger ale. Stir gently to combine.
That makes sense now, named after a child, that it would be a drink.
Or you can
safe
just
for
use
a
8
child.
ounces of one or the other, or you can just use soda water. Garnish with a maraschino cherry and enjoy. So there you go.
I apparently have had a tragic childhood that I never got to experience in Holiday Shirley Temple. But I now understand and respect more why they were named after a child. Because honestly, I never really never really thought much about
Right?
why they would name an alcoholic potential drink after a child. That's kind of weird. Hi,
Exactly. Well, that makes sense, right?
There you go.
All right. So we've got a map of inside the club is up next.
Dun, dun, dun.
So here's what the club looks like.
There's a lot of
Maybe,
stuff.
hopefully, I don't know if you can read this very well. The scanned version didn't pick it up as much. I don't think. I'm
What
not
are you
sure if it
looking
did
for?
or not.
What are you looking for?
But it does have on this this side over here. So right over here, it has like a drawn circle along with another drawn circle over here. So you've got this one says side door. Does it say side door what?
Open.
dash open, right?
Yeah,
Side door open question mark.
both have like a dash open
The
question
other
mark.
one is side. I'm guessing side door dash, and then does that also say open
Yeah,
question
it's
mark?
the exact same question on both. Side door
Okay.
dash open question mark question mark. Yeah.
Okay, and then on the front it says protest. So there you go.
Oh, and they have four corner bars. That's the joke. So cocktails and cappuccinos, like Juice Fix, which is vitamins and vodka in the same glass. Your steakhouse lounge bar and your Canyon VIP bar. So basically, each corner of the country club has a bar.
Okay.
I think is what it is. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay.
It's just this four
So it
corner
looks like
bars.
maybe some tennis. This is exterior up here. This is all exterior at the top. So it looks like maybe this is tennis courts right here. And then the mouth, the nose, and then the body.
Where's the body?
No, do you see the eyes,
Oh, I
the
do.
nose, the
Yeah.
mouth, and the body? Uh, so there you go. Uh, so yeah, yeah, that looks like probably that stuff too.
So the one thing I'm not quite following though is it doesn't say where at that these four bars are.
Big facts. That's big facts, Nightbot. All right, I'm not politically correct. I'm just always correct.
It's not saying where these are. It just says they're in the four corners, but it doesn't specify where. It just
So
says
my
one
get
through
yeah.
four, but
So
I
we don't know
why.
which one's which,
Okay.
but I'm guessing you are correct, right? Like so, numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 are more than likely than the four corner bars.
Okay.
Uh,
Because everything else is alphabetical and that's already listed.
oh no! I'm just always correct, not just when I agree with Red Panda. I'm just always correct.
Sure,
All right.
sure.
So that's definitely the numbers are the four corner bar.
Okay, we just don't know
Because
which one's which.
where it says inside the club down at
Okay.
the bottom.
Yeah.
So chat, what we're looking at is down here at the bottom. Where it says inside the club, those are all lettered. There's no numbers. It's all letters. So that would tell me that these are the numbers. So the 1, 2, 3, and 4, those are those corner things. You can clip whatever you would like to clip, Llama.
What?
The more stuff you all clip, the more I can put on Hubbard. All right.
Thank you.
So let's see. So we've got next up after that. So we've got the cart path. We've got outdoor space. We've got foliage and a pool. So it looks like this right. Yeah, the mouth is the pool area.
And the schnoz and so the nose is the foliage and the outdoor space.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
So you've got the four bars are one is cocktails and cappuccinos, casual class, day or night, juice fix, which is vitamins and vodka in the same glass, steakhouse, lodge, bar and grill, so rare meat and rarer bourbons. So that's
That's one of the receipts. Yeah.
That's this one. And then you've got the Canyon VIP bar, which is quiet conversation and the Peace of the Pines. So yeah. All right.
Interesting.
So Copper Cliffs Country, or no, sorry. Next page is recreation. So this is next section is going to talk about their recreation that they have, along with some history of the club. So it looks like they do some water polo, racquetball, mimosa yoga, power Pilates, pitch and chip, wine tasting, balance weightlifting, and stretch hit.
HIIT, whatever that means.
Yeah. And then priority for course registration will be given to VIP members. Let's see. So history of the club. The Copper Cliffs Country Club was founded on January 17th, 1953 by esteemed Copper Cliff citizen Henry Cross. Henry's vision for the club stood on three central pillars: community, quality, and enjoyment. With his design, the club quickly became a popular hub for Copper Cliff's most celebrated families. That was from 1953 to 1973. It was originally just in their logo. Their original logo looks like it just has the four C's. Then they went to something that reminds me of some of the more fancy restaurants that we have around here. Ruth Chris, that kind of stuff, if you're familiar with that. Um, but it says since then, so from 97 or from 74 to 99, this logo was used. Since then, we have grown exponentially in both philosophy and amenities. The Philip Hayward Golf Course is one of the best ranked in the state, even enjoyed by President Ford in 1976. From 2000 to present, uh, in 2004, our lounges were expanded into full service spa areas for ultimate relaxation. Our facility has been renovated to perfection and now hosts several multi purpose rooms for conference, fitness, and entertainment. Today, membership to the country club is more sought after than ever. Per our exclusive policy, new membership is granted just once a year. New members are decided by the membership committee. To apply for membership, please see the the front office. So basically, in order to even get accepted, you basically have to apply, and then a bunch of people who probably know you from around town get to decide on you and talk trash about you and decide whether you are going to be worthy of a membership of the club.
If you're a 1%er or not. Because she said the top 1% go there, so basically they're going to decide if you're worthy or you're worth enough money to be allowed.
Correct, yeah, pretty much.
That's shifty.
Right?
Well, totally, that's the case with money. It speaks.
Well done, Llama. There you go.
Oh gosh, seriously.
All right, so.
I'm so sorry, guys. Can't stop yawning.
Oh, don't start that now.
It's like
don't
fourth
start
one
that
in a row.
now.
I'm so sorry.
All right, so we've got we've also got like a schedule that we can look at, or are you wanting to look at those? The cards?
I think I kind of fell into these by accident.
The comment cards? Okay.
Yeah, none of these are the people that had the receipts, though.
None of those match? Okay.
No. I'm just reading it, none of these match.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got some Copper Cliffs Country Club values your feedback. Please bring your completed comment card to the suggestion box located at the front desk.
Which one's first? Can you just read me the letters?
I have LKE.
K. 306K.
Mm-hmm. This is in the packet too if you need.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know if it's any. I don't think it's any bigger, but
I'm good.
Let's see. I can also pull up the transcripts so I can read them.
What?
Or are you reading?
Oh yeah, I can read them. Sorry,
okay.
I was reading them silently in my head.
Oh well, I mean, the chat is able to absolutely.
Thank you, management, for all you do. My suggestion is that if there are class participants that are clearly not in a functional state, they should not be allowed in the class that week, especially for classes that involve drinking, like mimosa yoga. As it is, I would love to keep coming to yoga, but there are certain people in the class every week who disrupt the whole class. Thank you. Sorry, I tried to do that with a little bit of care.
Bring the inside outside.
All right, what's next?
Let's see. We've got TOR.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, I can read this one. So I finally tried each bar's specialty drink. I adored the special promotion for the Blue Elk Bourbon. With the 4 kids, it was easy to spend over $75 on dinner, and they brought me a surprise little shot glass. So cute.
Called it.
See, I called it, told you, chat. See, look, that just further proves that I'm just always correct, okay?
It's interesting that they put 4 kids in the very fancy steak bar, though. Just saying. That's not the cheap place to pay that much.
Yeah, exactly.
All
right.
All right.
Let's see, what is MAZ? Go ahead and read that one.
All right. Thank you for adding Mimosa Yoga to the schedule this year. It is the only only calm in my week, and now I never miss a class. I wonder if that's the person who's drunk as a skunk every week and is causing others to complain.
All right.
Which one's next, JJ?
Oh yeah, so that might identify who the other guest was.
What?
where they spent over the yeah, but
No, it
they
was a
said
family of
they said
four.
they had 4 kids though, so this would have shown as number of guests would have been way more than
And the
2.
number's not right. The member IDs aren't the same.
Yeah, the
That was
member
the first
ID is
thing I
not the same
checked.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it's the same person, potentially.
yeah.
They're not the same numbers. Which one's the next? J. Josh or
Um,
FWQ?
FWQ.
Okay.
Let's see. The VIP bar should be open to regular members once in a while. The drinks in there are too good to waste, and most of the club doesn't even get to try them. I wouldn't even know what I've been missing if
Called
the
it.
mayor hadn't treated a bunch of us.
That must be what this is all about then.
Oh, I bet that was the mayor.
Yeah, treating everyone. So TFC was probably treating a
So
bunch
yeah,
of
because
people.
this is from the VIP bar. So there you go, Exquisite. You called it right. So you said maybe buying rounds of drinks for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
So now they know what they're missing, but still aren't invited back.
Right.
That was mean. Ooh.
All right. So the final one is going to be JJO or yeah JJ.
I thought it was a J Josh, but it's
Yeah, JJ0. I think it's yeah, or JJO. Yeah. So JJO. Go ahead. Maybe.
I apologize. I didn't get a nap in today. I've been outside all day and I'm fried. Very much enjoy the new tennis instructor. She's a great teacher, way better than Christian. Great hire.
Okay. Possibly, right?
What's next?
Okay.
We got front office requests for.
Excuse you had mentioned earlier about that. You said unless someone was buying rounds for everyone at the bar, and that is exactly what occurred. So one of these comment cards was that they would have never known what they were missing at the VIP bar if the mayor hadn't bought everyone drinks. So that's probably what that was. That receipt was, and that receipt is from the VIP bar. And yeah, 12 MD Pine, 1 Legacy, 3
7 Mad Dogs.
Toasted Lady, 7 Mad Dogs, 2 Kamikazes, 2 Silver Bullets. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna get interesting.
All right. So, what do we want to look at next? Do we want to look at the
stick
schedule?
with the Copper Club stuff, yeah, just because we're
Okay.
on the member IDs now, so I think it'll make the most sense, don't you think?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay. All right, are we looking at this page first or the schedule?
Let's look at the schedule first.
Okay, VPG.
Okay.
Easy. The schedule first, you said?
You're right, exactly. See, there you go. See, yeah. Exquisite Whimsy called the shots. Exquisite Whimsy calls the shots. I am always right. Now we just got to figure out what Red Panda is. Because I mean, I've already got the all that I'm always right part. So like, I mean, obviously that can't be Red Panda. All right. So I feel like the couch is getting much more comfy tonight.
Don't lie, I'll be asleep. Well, what's the difference?
Right? Okay. So let's zoom in on this just a little bit. Whoa, what is going on here? Let's see. So let me find it in my packet. There it is. All right. So we've got. This is only club members, so this is their evening booking schedule for Wednesday. We don't
The day she
know.
died? I don't remember.
Was that the day that she was found dead?
I don't know. So I was asking. Let me see if it says. Doesn't say the dates.
Jazzy says that don't worry, that she would understand if you divorced me for all of this.
He's lucky. He's got some kind of a charm, and he's already lured me in for the long haul.
Right. So it looks like only club members and club committees may reserve rooms. All bookings must list ID numbers and formats: 3 letters, 3 numbers. Each club member is allowed to check in up to 5 guest members at a time. All guests must receive temporary guest IDs with the tag -GST. All schedules must be kept for filing. Um, So we've got some stuff on here with some different stuff. So you've got A room, B room, C room, and D room with also the lobby. You've got VPG, looks like booking the lobby at 4, 4:30, 6. Um,
I'm confused. That's too many letters and numbers, isn't it? Oh no, it's
no, 3 letters,
Okay,
3 numbers.
It
And
looked like
then
4
A
letters.
room is booked at, has a guest number booking at 5 and 5:30.
Well, I think the UIR173 is the person who booked it. The -GST means it's one of the 5 or 4 guests of that person.
Correct.
That's how I'm
Yeah,
taking
probably.
it. So
Yeah.
that's the person it was booked under, but it may not be the actual person. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what the WT means because that's not enough, or MY or RB, that kind of stuff. Uh,
Hold on. Power Pilates would be. I think
oh,
PP is
yeah,
Power
that's the
Pilates.
events. So
H is stretch hit, I think. BW is balance weightlifting.
okay,
MY is mimosa yoga.
yep. So there you go.
So that makes sense. Okay, so that's all the events and which rooms are being held in. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So
I guess can we read the bottoms? I'm not understanding what we need to find off of this quite yet.
yeah. So down at the bottom, been informed that not all members of the membership committee are able to make the 4:30 p.m. meeting. Pushed to later. Someone then else wrote, but TFC's people have booked the VIP room later. And then somebody said, just put them in another room. And then said, time slots, or somebody else wrote, time slots are too tight for a 2-hour meeting. It has to be today, move things around. I think I got it all. I think I got it. All members should now be able to make it. Wish they had told us earlier, and not on the day the mayor is having his banquet. It's fine. Calm down. We'll handle it. Next time, remember to add the new reservations to the schedule. So
what I'm reading is the committee meeting was here and then it got postponed because no one could make it. So the VPG, I'm very suspicious, is this guy. Look at this right here. So VPG 017, that is TFC.
that's the mayor.
Yep.
Then yeah. So the mayor's event was later, right after the member committee meeting.
Yeah.
So
then it says, I think I got it. All members should now be able to make it, which they had told us earlier. So does that mean they're actually trying to come now and still do the meeting before the VIP person goes to the room?
Mm-hmm.
The next time, remember to add the new reservations to the schedule. So that's the ERN 666. Oh, here we go. Hold on. VPG 017 right here in D.
Yeah,
They
along
added
with
him to
us,
the schedule.
also he has reservations for the lobby at 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m., or at 4:30, and then because it's in the
6,
evening, so
yeah.
at 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m., and 6 p.m. the lobby was reserved,
D
and
is
then
Thorn.
at
Okay.
6:30 and 7 it was reserved for probably basically an hour up until 7:30. So from 6:30 to 7:30, he had the the HC room VIP members only.
Which stands for Henry Cross Conference Room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But for some reason, so I don't know, like the C room, he also had that booked. So he literally had bookings. The mayor had bookings from 4 p.m. all the way up to 7 until like 7:30 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
because
interesting.
there's this one got moved. So C room, he got moved
To D room, it looks
to
like.
D room for the half hour, and then got moved back to C room for the next half hour. So I don't know what kind of
Dang,
stuff
that's
you'd be
weird.
having, but if you're having an hour long meeting and you get moved to
Yeah,
halfway into your meeting, I mean,
that's
as a client,
weird.
that would be man, I'd be ticked.
Yeah, and why did he
Um,
scratch off the schedule? There wasn't anything else scheduled in the C room that we can see.
you're right, nothing got written over
Yeah,
that.
so that's kind of weird.
B room looks like a couple of cancellations as well. The tennis court had a write in and got moved around. Tennis court 2 got moved around or canceled. The cleaning for A room got moved to canceled and then moved over to B room, and then cleaning for A room got moved to 9. It looks like, or something like that. Yeah. So, all right.
Cool. All right, what's the other part say so we can try to figure out what we're supposed to get out of that document
Well,
on
so
the
it sounds like the mayor was
figures?
already a part of the club, but more than likely
It was political,
it's
most
all
likely.
political
Yeah.
based, and he was trying to recruit people to vote for him, right? So like the wine and dine constituents, and just the common people that are there that also have memberships. Those are going to be some high powerful people that are in the club, right? So based on the way that they do their membership, you can only get in once every year. So if you're trying to host an event, now you're buying everybody alcohol and you're hosting all this stuff throughout the club. You're trying to win everybody over at this club, right? Exactly, rubbing elbows and backs, and you're talking to people that are the one percenters of Copper Cliffs, right? Uh, so that's what that was. The Let me click back on this.
I'm already enjoying these little
Yeah, so what we were reading from was
inserts.
down here at the bottom, down at the just down here.
It's
That's
just
what we were
like it's
reading
almost
from.
like they're having a bunch of communications back and forth with each other so
It
they know
is.
how
So
things are
I
going.
went
Yeah.
ahead and pulled open the accessibility transcript for it, uh, just to make sure we were reading it correctly, and we did. So it's two people going
Talking
back
back
and
and forth.
forth.
Yeah.
Um, And so the part where it gets a little bit more confusing is kind of like where people are writing on the same lines.
Yeah, because the
But
grammar changes.
we read it correctly.
So
Just
trying to figure out what the membership committee is. Is that that's where they decide who's getting in.
mhm.
Okay. So that has nothing to do with TFC specifically, that's what you're saying. I see. I thought the
Yeah.
membership committee was TFC's thing. I got you.
No, no. So
Okay.
membership committee was
Is
the for the club.
Yeah, that's how they're deciding who's getting access for the next year. I
And they were
gotcha.
talking about that not all the members can make it, so they had to push it back.
Yeah.
Well, the problem was that then you had the mayor, the current mayor, TFC,
Yeah.
trying to or had that area, the VIP room booked for a later time, and was going to be forced to move it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that sort of thing. So, what's our next one that we want to go over? The work orders.
Yeah.
Okay. So next up is going to be the work orders. This is all typed out, so there's not a transcript in here for it. Let me get my page open so I can follow along with you. You want to start reading?
Okay, so the first incident was at 4:37 p.m. by YGD. It says Gabrielle DeSoto requested an official complaint filed for food at Kickoff Buffet being cold by the time she got there. But they're marking that as not applicable because it's the responsibility of the catering club, not or catering company, not the club. So they basically are just dismissing that complaint. They don't care.
Okay.
The second one is a guest member of UIR 173, which I did find on the schedule briefly on A room between 5 and
Mm-hmm.
6 o'clock. It says urgent. High window lobby blinds need to be drawn ASAP. They are interfering with speech visibility. Guest is very adamant this be done now. Please confirm with her when complete.
Hmm.
And it says it's complete, and that was a 6:04. So where was that again? Here, hold on, lobby,
In the
right? Isn't
lobby.
that where
So
he was? Hold on. Where was
Yep.
he at that time? Yeah.
Mayor was in,
Yeah.
the mayor had an event in the lobby.
And so it's interesting
At
because it's a
6 p.m.
guest of somebody else, but they're representing or doing something for the mayor specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder. I'm not sure who that was. Yeah. And again, another complaint by that same, by the same person's group of people, not necessarily the same person at 6:10. It says urgent lawn mowing and any other noisy maintenance routine should be immediately postponed for the next 3 hours to not conflict with the event. Completed. Maintenance. And then guest member again, 173. All right.
3 minutes later.
Guest
Okay.
requests new ice for events bottled water buckets. Concerned at current rate of melting. Also completed. Forwarded to dining. Forwarded to facilities. Forwarded to maintenance. Oh my god, this is so comical.
Right, no OMG.
URI.
This is what so in the hospitality realm, okay,
This is
working
real.
at a
This is so
hotel.
real.
UIR 173 is what we would call a special guest. Maybe a just lovely and amazing and one of our favorite clients. Yeah. One of those high profile, high maintenance clients. Yeah.
that are we leave it needy.
Right, yeah, exactly. All right. So, you want me to take over for
do you want
couple?
to do the employee tennis instructor one? Yeah.
That's fine. So incident 1036. This is reported by the tennis instructor employee. Christian Birch demanded his complaint be worded exactly as he dictated. I have been entirely disrespected. My 6 o'clock showed up for all of 2 seconds before being distracted by his phone and running off to text for the rest of his appointment. This is after having my 5 o'clock canceled last minute earlier today. This is a waste of my time. The club needs to treat their employees better, and that involves having stricter rules for who we admit. We should not be allowing people of public disrepute to make reservations, even if they're guests of members. His ID number is HTW872-GST. I expect swift follow-up. Ticket forwarded to administration, not marked as either incomplete or completed because it's just a complaint that needs to be forwarded on, so it's not applicable.
And did they mention Christian something about he's no longer working there?
Right?
In one of these cards it says, "Thank you for hiring the new female tennis instructor. She's either hot or awesome. I don't remember which." So,
right?
Yeah. So Christian probably doesn't work there anymore.
Exquisite says that she couldn't find the schedule. Exquisite, I think the schedule was... What was the schedule in number 7? So it should be in the...
Isn't this all one document, babe?
Huh?
Isn't this all one document?
No.
Oh.
It's labeled as 2 separate documents.
Gosh, I didn't realize that.
Okay, yeah, it's called
There we
reservation
go.
schedule in the Discord. Because that's what it was called on the card.
Yeah.
So reservation schedule number 7.
It says... Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. It says, very much enjoy the new tennis instructor. She's a great teacher, way better than Christian. Great hire.
Right.
So Christian, the complainer, probably doesn't work there anymore. One thing I thought was interesting to know is, so Christian must have been working on tennis court too. So the ERN 666, the 5 o'clock that canceled that frustrated him, moved up to the 6 o'clock in someone else's court.
Right.
And then his HTW872-guest showed up distracted, wanted to focus for 2 seconds, and then left him.
Right.
So he was very miffed.
Yeah.
miffed.
Okay.
So, and then another employee, just a general staff, request clean in WB stall 3, toilet is clogged with vomit. WB. I'm not sure what that means, WB. I'm not seeing it.
Take this off for a
Oh
little
well.
bit.
So, yeah, vomit.
So, yeah, so John was saying that between reading this and it looks like maybe she's been able to look a little bit at the high fences, that there is plenty of drama,
Not shocked.
plenty of tea.
Yeah, not shocked at all. Very excited to hear about the tea, though. Ooh, this one's fun. So YGD, have we looked at this one yet? 381? Has that been one of the ones yet? Yes. The same one that complaining about the kickoff buffet being cold as this person.
Okay.
All right, so complaining again about...
So this is at 6:33 p.m. So this is 2 hours later. Filing the complaint card.
Escalating argument between ex-convict and TFC's assistant outside the canyon. The aggressor is described as riled up and shouting something about final chances. I'm betting the ex-convict is going to be the guy from Harold's campaign. That was the guy who had been arrested and been let out of jail. The mugshot situation, the drinking and driving thing from high school. I'm
More
thinking
than
that's what
likely.
that's all about. But I'm just laughing because final chances. Security broke up the argument and have seen both guest members off the premises of the club. POM659 guest and ACW872 guest.
So that's the one
should
from
be banned
the
from
tennis
club.
court. Yeah. Okay.
And then, so I don't recognize the UIR 173. Is anyone getting that one yet? I don't see that one anywhere.
UIR 173 was on the schedule.
Okay, that's where I'm
So yeah, so
they
it was on
have
the schedule.
room, yeah.
So guests made several complicated requests concerning instructions for staff treatment and monitoring of member number VPG 017,
TFC.
which is TFC.
Yeah.
Staff are advised to politely decline further requests from UIR 173 guests.
So let me think. So that's TFC. So could that be Kim Barton, maybe the security person?
Possibly.
Could that be her?
But who would she? But then, so who is the UIR 173 that would be a guest, right? So like, I don't know who the UIR would be.
Wait, who? Sorry.
So if I don't like, so I would assume that if like, let's say, so like if my number is, YGD 381, that's my member number, and you're my guest, I would assume that then my guest number would be the YGD 381-GST, right?
Right. So there's the people for his actual campaign, but then there's going to be
right. So my question would be then, if that's who it is, why would she not have been a guest of him? Why is she a guest of somebody else?
Because he can only have 5 guests, and he's got how many people in this thing for this event?
Well, yeah,
He
but
can only have 5 guests per person,
right.
right?
So, but you would think his staff would be his 5 people that he would bring in.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they have to have their own. I don't know. It just
So,
obviously sounds
unless I'm
like whoever this is basically
unless I'm
annoying
misunderstanding, and it could
nitpicky.
be that even though they have the -GST, that the UIR and the number is its own indicator for that person.
Richards, that is our answer. Harold Richards.
So UIR is definitely the mayor's assistant. Yeah, I mean it's definitely somebody.
Wait, who's that name then? I don't.
I can't without you have that book. So because my thing was I was thinking that like if you're a guest of somebody, then you get their member code with -GST, but it probably makes more sense that they receive their own identifier. But
I thought it was still -GST.
It is still -GST, but instead of it being that you're using my member code with GST at the end of it, you get your own unique code. It just says -GST at the end of it.
Okay, so they're not actual members.
Because otherwise you wouldn't know who's who.
Right. Okay.
Right? So like if I brought in 5 people, you wouldn't know which of the 5 people is which without a different number. So
who was I trying to figure out as far as like because there's Sebastian Dyer who's a pushover for TFC.
Who the assistant is.
So it's been working for TFC as a person. So Sebastian Dyer is the TFC assistant.
Okay. So Sebastian Dyer
TFC's shadow.
Right. So that makes sense then. So that's Sebastian then. The UIR has got to be Sebastian.
I was thinking this lady, she's intimidating.
Kim Barton?
Because she's the police person that used to be a police person. And it's
really
like pushy.
But she's taking care of all of the security and all of that stuff.
But like,
so
wouldn't that be in the keep the light out of his eyes, do this so I can see him better? Like, could that still be in that same realm, I guess? Like,
no, that sounds more like it would be like the assistant going for that.
But that sounds like, to me, it sounds like someone complaining and it's not TFC, it's someone else. Like,
correct.
It doesn't sound like TFC's going, hey, the light's in my eyes, go make
correct, yes. So the assistant is doing it on
right, but I thought you were saying like it was on behalf of TFC or something. I feel like it's not. Like
no. I think the assistant did it on his own. Like it's running over there doing it. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay. Because the thing is,
it's kind of like
the assistant doesn't leave TFC's side. So like taking
correct.
The
so it's kind of
so
it's kind of like a wedding planner, right? So like the wedding planner is going to go around and ask for things to be done,
right?
Like assume that the bride wants certain things done, right?
I think it was just because he's described as being the shadow. That to me means he doesn't leave his side. Like he's constantly falling behind him, sucking up, and doing a lot of stuff.
Correct.
So to me, like him leaving to go complain and nitpick about things seems out of character. In my head, he's like so far up the guy's butt, it's not funny.
Right.
So like to step away to nitpick and complain about things just seemed kind of maybe. I just wasn't expecting it. That's all. I was just saying my first thought was Kim Barton because
So-
she seems like a very unshy and opinionated woman
Yeah.
who gets what she wants and uses her influence to get it done. Basically, that's all I was trying to say. That's where my head first went for the nagging and complaining, but we'll find out later, I'm sure.
Yeah. Let me look to see if there's any indicator.
Let's see. Hold on there. Made several complicated requests concerning instructions for staff treatment and monitoring. Oh, do we already do that one? Sorry, just kidding. Sorry, were you doing something else? Did I miss something?
No, it very well might be Kim Barton. Actually, I think you are correct.
It feels very cocky and aggressive, and the other guy seems like he doesn't have his own mouthpiece. He's just a follower. Like, I don't know.
Right.
Reading
so the first complaint from UIR 173-guest says, guest is very adamant this be done now. Please confirm with her when complete.
There you go. Okay.
So,
okay. And we still haven't fully figured that out. It could still be multiple people all representing.
Correct, yeah. But more than likely, like I'm guessing then it's leaning more towards
it just seems so aggressive. It was hard to understand it being such
Oh, wow, Conan. You walked all the way in here just to do that? Thank you.
He's got the toxic toots. Let's just put it that way.
All right. So we were at
third one down, second page.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is reported by a front office administrator at 6:52 p.m. 2 children are running amok in the lobby unsupervised, claim to be dropped off by their babysitter, refuse to say who their parent is. They have knocked over potted palm. Parents need to be identified and retrieved immediately. Security was the one that was dispatched. After 15 minutes, parents BZH 224, which I think was on our schedule, or nope, right there.
I don't think it's on the schedule. It could be.
No,
it's BZH 224 C at 4:30.
Okay, so they had C room at 4:30, and then they're the ones that. So this is on
8,
here.
Yeah.
So
that wouldn't make sense that it was one of Ashley because I don't think that she had kids, right?
Right. So was found and notified has taken children off club premises. So there were 2 children running around from a babysitter that dropped them off.
What about Harold? Wasn't
so
Harold
then
there?
these 2 were sitting, having dinner and drinks. One of which was not drinking alcoholic beverages.
What about Harold?
Okay.
Isn't the other guy running? Doesn't he have 2 kids?
Yes.
Harold Richards'
No.
wife.
Yeah. TFC's the one. TFC's the one that they said that the bash campaign was done where they said, why does he not have... He talks about being family oriented, but doesn't have a family of his own.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Okay. Yeah, because Harold has the 2 kids because we hacked his wife's account last episode.
Correct. So, Chad, also in the Discord, there is a thread called Off the Record Teaser Emails. So any emails that were received in between...
Oh, shoot. We just got to look at that.
Huh?
I didn't get to look at that one.
Oh, you didn't look at them?
No.
So there was... the first email I got was, "Hey, detective, I thought this might help you make sense of the election as you work on the case." And then... Which had a smear campaign ad as well. So there is a video there. Please feel free to check that out. That's linked in the Discord underneath the Off the Record Teaser Emails Episode 1 thread.
And the teaser emails are always extra stuff. It is not essential to solve the crime.
Correct. That it's just bonus content. Clear.
Yeah.
It's just more tea.
A deeper mole hole, even better. I swear the good offensive stuff from Mallory were delicious. Yeah. They were all so spicy at each other. Hi, sweet girl.
So there you go. Let's see. So next one was also reported by an employee, a facilities manager, requesting cleanup after the new membership meeting was wrapped up. A small metal shot glass was thrown, resulting in shattered glass from the broken table. Table will need to be replaced, and a small amount of spilled alcohol. No one was seriously hurt. Members intend to finish the meeting, so please come after 9 to clean up.
So obviously they were not agreeing on who was getting admitted next year. I will throw stuff at you and tell you absolutely not.
Let's see. Janitorial staff wrote a complaint saying that they need more disinfectant and coveralls. That was marked as incomplete.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, detour back slightly. BHZZ244, whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
They had the children taken off the premises, but then they went back to dinner. Their dinner started at 6:59 p.m. Oh no, yeah, 6:52. So they actually got the kids taken care of and put somewhere else, and then they went back to the bar and grill and ate. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I
So
just caught that and went, oh, that's
6:27 p.m. they were at the bar,
Mm-hmm.
and
that's when their
then
kids probably got dumped at their
6:52
country club.
p.m. they were able to. No. So
What I missed?
that's when the complaint was filed.
Oh. Okay.
It says after 15 minutes the parents were found.
Oh.
So 15 minutes later would put you at after 7.
Okay.
Which makes sense then if the ticket was closed out at 6:59
So
p.m.
you still think that's when the ticket was closed out? Not
I
when they
think
started?
well
Okay.
when it was printed.
Yeah.
So
okay.
like this was given to them at 6:59
Checked
saying,
out and
"Hey,
they took their children home. Okay.
can you pay us?"
Gotcha.
And then it would have taken a few minutes for them to process, which then would line up with the timing of 15 minutes later.
Okay.
They were were found and notified, and then they left and took the kids off property. But yes, so exquisite. Yes, VPG 017 is absolutely the mayor. I think I just saw that.
I acknowledged
Oh, you
her.
acknowledged it? Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I acknowledged her when she said it.
Yeah,
or at least I think I did. Exquisite. If I didn't, I'm sorry, but I swear I nodded.
Some people eat light bulbs. They say it's a nice light snack.
I'm enjoying this last one. The janitor just kind of throws it there just for shits and giggles. Janitorial staff is in need of more disinfectant and coveralls.
Right?
You know, because they at least need something to do their job.
Yeah, exactly.
Please provide
let's
supplies
see.
so we can do our jobs. Are we doing the drama online yet? Or are we doing,
I think so.
Hold on, what about this? This seems important still.
The flyer?
Yeah, isn't this what
Yeah, we can do the flyer next.
wasn't this found this was given to Reggie by her sister, wasn't it? I feel like the flyer was given to Reggie by her sister. Hold on. Event, blah 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 blah. Ashes were assisting, blah blah blah. Send email, quick to reply, blah blah blah. The country closed accessible. Going through the internet trying to find stuff, not reading Ashley, vector special. I swear there was something about this in that letter somewhere.
What's it?
It's something like.
Oh, no. Check Reggie's note, maybe?
Maybe?
Yeah, the yellow piece of paper is all the way at the back. Check Reggie's note. See if he wrote something about it, or if they wrote something
He's
about it.
convinced Reggie's a guy. I'm convinced Reggie's a girl. The paperwork keeps calling Reggie a they, so this could get very interesting.
Right. Sorry if I accidentally. I keep trying to say just Reggie.
No, and
but...
I apologize the same, because I keep making a mistake
Right.
too. It's automatic. Your brain just assigns a certain way to each name, depending. I do it all the time at work.
Mhm.
You don't know how many times I've had a fluffy that's not a girl.
All right. So, can you bring up the flyer and the letter about the membership committee? What do you mean the letter? Is this what you're talking about? Like, I know this is the flyer, but what do you mean by the letter about the membership committee?
There was something in the green. This said
Oh.
something about how the green membership committee meets or does
Are you
stuff.
talking about?
Down
Yeah. Are you talking
corner.
about on the pamphlet? I just had it up.
Did anyone find it yet? I'm still really confused where this flyer came from. Oh, I'm sending the papers Ash gave me the day she died. It's just a pamphlet and flyer from the country club. It's probably silly to hang on to stuff like this. Yes.
Okay.
Ashley gave this flyer / pamphlet
we
to
had
Reggie
this
the day
up.
she died. What's she looking for still? Or Exquisite's looking for still? Hey, baby girl. Why are you under there? You're all snuggly.
The white paper. This? Oh, yeah. No, that's the we're gonna do that right after the pamphlet.
What?
That's the high fences thing.
Oh yeah, we're saving that for last. Sorry.
So yeah, that's the high fences screenshots. So so Thomas Ford Cross is here for himself. Somebody cross that out. You're invited to the mayor's private donor banquet at the country club. So whoever was organizing the protest is reusing the flyer to organize the protest. I'm guessing Reggie. So public protest, official start time, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. is the kickoff event. So where's that schedule?
Well, why would Reggie's sister have given her that? If it was Reggie who
No. The flyer was given to Reggie. I don't know if Reggie probably wrote over the flyer. So I don't know that Ashley handed Reggie the flyer with all of this already written on
I'm
it.
just not understanding why Reggie would have done that. That makes no sense.
If Reggie's organizing the protest.
But this is handed to Reggie the day that she died. Reggie says in this note, Ashley gave it to her at that day, at that event, like when they were interacting in the protest. They were interacting and she gave her this flyer. And she
Oh,
had to, she
okay.
was being sentimental. So I'm just trying to understand why Reggie would draw on it the day of the event after Ashley gave it to her. Like, she doesn't compute to me. Am I misreading that somehow?
I'm not sure.
Super confused.
So yeah, then maybe Reggie didn't write on it. So
I feel like Ashley found it like that somehow, but I don't know.
yeah, very possible.
So this is what matters, really.
Right. So I was also looking at the timeline. So we've got the schedule. So we've got the kickoff event. Is from 4 to 5, which matches with where the mayor has the lobby booked from 4 to 5. Then there is from 5 to 6 was the discussion making change as TFC's teammates. So that was.
Sorry, what? I missed something. Go back a second. What did you say?
Hmm?
Just now, that last little bit. So
Oh,
about TFC's teammate or roommate. What did you say?
Teammate. So it's titled discussion making change as
Oh.
TFC's teammates.
Okay, now I follow.
So from 5 to 6 p.m. And that's the one that was in room D, or originally in room C for an hour, but half of that got moved down to room D. So like I'm not sure how that worked out very well. Then from 6 to 6:30 was back in the lobby, and that's the mayor's keynote speech. And then from 6:30 to 7:30 is cocktail hour. So that's why it ended up being at where's that receipt? Um, where's that one that was like where he spent like all the money? Here it is. That was at 7:38 p.m. So that matches up. So it was originally going to be in this HC room, right? He was going to be in there for the hour.
But he ended up not being.
He ended up not being able to be in there because of the membership committee, so they moved him to the VIP cocktail room.
And that's why he ended up.
And that's why all these people that normally weren't allowed into the VIP cocktail area got to be in there, and he bought everybody drinks. That's why.
This is interesting because it looks like we have a bunch of IDs. We have to figure out who they are.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Where's? I remember why I did it. You need the journal so we can figure out who's who, right?
Hmm?
I'm assuming all these names are based off of the people we're suspect of, so I'm pulling out the journal.
Oh yeah, probably. So important IDs,
out.
VPG017. We already know that that's the mayor.
Right, that's the only one we've absolutely figured out, isn't it?
UIR 173 guest. That one
Is that Kim? Or is that Sebastian Dyer?
We're thinking that's we don't think it's Sebastian Dyer, but
so
Kim, we think. We don't know
I'm
positively.
Just possibly Kim. We have a PO
and then Palm 659. The BZH numbers listed in here.
So the BZH number, we're pretty sure, are the people who ate dinner and their kids came.
Yeah. And
drinks at bar and kids came.
Correct.
I think that might be the Harris Richards grouping.
Palm and HTW are the ones that got kicked out. So HTW we think was the convict, the ex-con.
Okay, so we think that was the Richards campaign guy.
Yes. I don't remember what his...
I'm finding his name. You have the diary for it one. It's called the ex-con is what it starts with on his page. Vanzetti, Louis Vanzetti. Louis Vanzetti.
I found him before I did. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I think it was the Richards. I really think the two people that were eating dinner and drinking were the Richards. Because didn't they say that the Richards had an event as well, but it wasn't like nearly as big of a shindig?
Very possibly, yeah.
I just don't make sense because our kids were running buck wild in the lobby and the babysitter dropped them off. Like, I can just see it now. I can't find what I'm looking for.
So Judith was the former police officer one for security. Judith Richards.
Wait, what?
Former police officer.
I'm confused.
Kim Barton, stellar legal bona fides.
She's the lawyer.
She's the lawyer.
I was
very diligent worker.
So then maybe I'm.
So Thomas Ford Cross, Sebastian Dyer has been working for TFC. A man of few words. Kim Barton is the boss, so label is the boss. So that's my guess is that the one for TFC is more than likely. No, that's more than likely Kim.
It is still Kim.
Yeah,
she's not a police officer.
The UIR is more than likely Kim.
Where's the original letter from? I can't find the original letter anywhere.
Oh, that's.
Oh,
sorry,
yeah,
I must have actually set it over here.
No, you're good. I'm just like I can't find it. I was just trying to look and see what they were saying about the Richards regarding being at that country club that night because they said something about it.
So, yeah.
Let's see. TFC was holding a private donor banquet, and Larry remembered Harold showing up for his own meeting and or something that same day. Okay. So meeting and or something. So maybe he just remembered Harold being there with his wife, and the kids showed up or something. Who knows? I could be wrong, but BZH to me right now is Harry and his wife and kids.
Okay. Well, so Exquisite's saying that definitely Richard's based on High Fences. So let's take a look at High Fences.
Which one? Sorry, can we say which?
BZH is the Richards based on High Fences.
Oh, cool. So I was.
So awesome. We're gonna take a look here. What's up?
I'm just so confused by the MFX JT by one.
We probably won't know yet.
Oh, okay, so the High Fences has the Q?
Possibly.
Okay. Sorry, maybe I picked the wrong order then.
That's okay. It was on the back of the flyer, so
yeah,
it helped us figure out that the mayor got moved and where and why.
Okay.
Let me find the High Fences. Here we go. All right, so with the High Fences, so this is reminder new membership committee meeting today. This is from the day Ashley was murdered. Mentions her fight with Judith. High Copper Cliffs community, as you all know, the new membership for the club is being decided today. We are very excited to welcome a few chosen members into our esteemed community. If you haven't submitted your referral, make sure you get it to the front office before 4 p.m. today. As a reminder, the membership committee members are reassigned every year to ensure a fair and impartial system. All members of the committee must be present for new membership to be decided. This year's committee members are YTD 257, Maz 481, AJU 425, KIR 861, RAH 395, and PFN 141.
So they only admitted 6 new memberships that year. That seems awful nuts to me if they were all about the money.
No. That's the committee members.
Oh, just kidding. Okay.
Yeah. That's the committee members. We hope you are all as excited as we are. So Charlotte Burns mentions, does anyone know if we'll be adding an extra spot to replace Allison? Somebody said Allison left. She didn't move, did she? And then somebody else said not yet, but she might have to soon. I guess her dad's stay at the convalescence center has been bleeding her dry. Can't afford the club anymore. That's so sad. Somebody should take up a collection or something. And then so the mayor's VIP list and the committee members. Mads is on both. Okay. Does anyone...
Wait. What about the VIP list? The only place I saw Maz was on here. So where's the VIP list we're talking about that has Maz on it? Can you explain where Maz is? Exquisite. So I'm seeing is Maz on the back of this flyer that Ashley had, and she gave it to Reggie. And I'm seeing it on here.
Oh, I think that's what she's referring to as the VIP list, is this.
Oh, is that what the VIP? Okay.
Yeah, I think she's calling this the VIP list. And so then, but Maz 481 is listed here.
Yeah. But
is also one of the committee members.
Yeah, I noticed that. I just didn't understand that was the, thank you. Okay, I just didn't realize that was the VIP list.
Next up is Judith Richards' first fought or fist fought a protester. I can hardly believe it myself, but I just saw Judith Richards flat out assault a protester not 15 minutes ago. Security had to pull them apart.
Was this the Ashley situation? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Judith was talking with the protester outside, not too far from the side doors. The protester was pretty, with dark hair, and as much as I don't like the protesters, this one didn't seem to be making such a racket. I think I saw Judith hit her with her fist. Can anyone confirm? I don't know what they could have been arguing about that resulted in that. Further from Ingrid Rowe, I know Judith is known for getting into her drink early at the club, but I don't even think she'd had one sip yet.
That's interesting. So that was, because that was before she went to the bar and got a drink with her husband, right?
So does that mean then the husband was the one drinking the,
Which is interesting, because if the husband's drinking and he's the alcoholic who had the car issues...
No. So he wasn't drinking. That confirms it, right? So yeah, okay. That's what Exquisite was saying. So that confirms it. So he's a
recovering alcoholic.
Yeah. So the drinks that were virgins
were his. Okay. The Shirley Temples.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Shirley Temples.
So Judith just hadn't gotten drunk yet, so she did the full-on assault to Ashley, stone cold sober.
What time was that?
What, the assault?
The assault.
It was like 4-ish. I think they just said. Hold on.
4:51 p.m. Okay.
That's when she posted it. So
and they didn't start eating until
hold on, the
later.
flyer said it was starting at 4. The riot thingy was starting. Not riot. Protest was starting at 4.
Yeah, protest was starting at 4.
So about 15 minutes into the protest is when security pulled them apart. So Judith went right out.
And then she didn't have these drinks and food until later.
No. Yeah. Okay. Not drunk yet.
Just keep reading. Okay. I'm reading.
We're going. We're trying to add it all together.
So somebody next says that protester was Ashley Mendoza, the reporter who wrote those articles on the mayor and Harold Richards too. I wonder if that's what their fight was about. Somebody said, I'm not surprised, to be honest. Judith is a spicy firecracker, and if Mendoza was prodding her about Harold's illegitimate child, which I bet she was, I think Judy was completely in her rights to deck her. Don't come for Judith Richards. Rusty Thorpe, you're out of your mind, as is Judith. This is completely unacceptable behavior for a member of our community. Furthermore, rumors are already spreading and exacerbating the incident. My wife heard that Judith got into 2 fistfights that day, one with a professional boxer. It's bringing our community name down. I'm even thinking of making a complaint to the Copper Cliffs membership committee. This whole incident was just unsightly.
Now that's a whole day later, y'all. That was posted a whole 24 hours. Wednesday, 4:58 p.m. Thursday, 5:02 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a whole day later that he got his say in on the matter. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that. You know who's on the committee this year, right? The reporter shouldn't have even been that close to the club. P.S. I heard it was 3 fights, and she knocked out someone's tooth.
Oh my gosh. That's a loose cannon, huh?
Right? Alright, so it's ridiculous that the club even allowed this protest to happen, even if they were only in the parking lot, especially on the day the mayor of our town is speaking. I expected better of the club. I don't pay membership dues every year to get signs waved in my face when I'm coming in, or to hear angry chants while I'm trying to relax during a massage. To be clear, I love Ashley Mendoza's work. Let the truth be known to the masses, I say. And she's a sweetheart. I hope she writes an article exposing Judith's mess to the world. Judith then comments on that, it looks like, saying, if I was angry with people, it's because they did something to earn that anger. For your information, Harold and I, like any other couple, have arguments, and that frustration cuts to other parts of my life sometimes. But we also have a strong bond of trust that allows us to overcome obstacles as a team. There is no mess. I have nothing to apologize for, and I'll thank you not to make sport of my personal life. Okay. And then we get more.
Done. Next thread.
Right? Blue cardigan. Did anyone at the event see my blue cardigan at the club today? I may have left it at the juice bar. Has anyone seen it? It's a light blue cashmere and had a TFC button pinned to it. If you find it, please don't get it wet. It's very hard to wash. Thanks. Somebody commenting. I saw a red sweatshirt in the men's lounge. Is that what you're looking for?
Yes,
Al,
that's totally a flip cardigan.
no. As detailed in my original post, I'm looking for a blue cardigan, and I am not a man. Um,
Just trying to help.
yeah. Try checking the lost and found. They hold on to stuff forever. All right.
All right, questions about making change presentation. Interesting.
You want to read that one?
Sure. Hi everyone. Did anyone else go to the making change as TFC's teammate talk just a bit ago? I'm feeling motivated to go on the campaign trail for TFC now. I do have one question about the way donations collected are distributed to the campaign funds. I might have just missed it, but it seemed like not all the campaign funds were accounted for in the percentages presented. The way she laid it out? If someone could help me through this, I'd be very appreciative. I hope to talk to the speaker about it afterwards, but she had to hurry off to help with the keynote speech, and I didn't get a chance to. Who wants to bet that speaker was the lawyer Kim? Okay. So Nico Wallace. I saw the discrepancy as well, but I think it was just a matter of how it was presented. I got to chat with Kim briefly later during TFC's keynote speech, but she was rather occupied for good reason. The sun was blinding half of the crowd. And then,
So
yeah,
there you go.
she
So
had
that
to leave the
confirms Kim
country
was.
club.
Yeah, that confirms Kim was that person.
Still, the way she explained the discrepancy to me made sense. DM me if you want to talk it through. So wait, it just said that she had to leave the country club. So that's actually quite interesting. So she left the country club, meaning she was not at the country club when Ashley died. She could have been anywhere else. So that's kind of interesting. So that definitely makes her not look innocent. Yvette says, well, do thanks. Rosa Johnson. Not an answer to your question, but I just want to say I went to the talk too, and what I really liked was hearing a woman in politics speech. Even one as smart as Miss Barton. Coming from a law background, I feel like she had a great sense of justice that she actually applies to her position in politics too. Wait, who was speaking? Was Kim speaking or was TFCC speaking? I'm so confused right now.
So, well, it sounds like it was
For
a
TFC, but Kim did it?
no. So,
oh, making change as TFC's teammate, not for TFC. Okay. She is the TFC's teammate, basically, is what she's saying. Okay. So this was her speech, not TFC's speech.
Yeah. So the previous one talked about that they got to speak to Kim briefly later during TFC's keynote speech. Okay. So this one of saying making changes TFC's teammate is Kim
having
talking.
A speech about, but she's the one doing the speech as TFC's teammate.
Correct. Yeah. Kim was the one speaking. Correct.
Wow, her perspective is too black and white. I feel. I think it's great. It's great to think about other aspects of your life through a law lens, but it's also not realistic to view life without shades of gray. There won't be an umbrella solution for every problem the way she was saying the TFC campaign was going to solve things. If there was, he would have already done it. At least that's the impression I got.
Okay. So that's more of like the stuff from the side that's against TFC. What I'm seeing commonality wise is that he promised a whole bunch of stuff.
He speaks a good game, but he doesn't deliver.
Yeah, and then just doesn't deliver, right? So exactly. Yeah. So next up, saying how to drink with our mayor. I would like to congratulate the TFC campaign for hosting a spectacular event at the Copper Cliffs Country Club today. I have always been a supporter of Mayor Cross, and speaking with him today over drinks solidified my knowledge that I voted for the right person last election. It pays to pay attention to local politics, my friends. I encourage you all to do so. Sophie saying, I voted for TFC last election, but I heard tonight TFC, was drinking like a lot. And then right from the bar, he got in his car and drove away. I don't think that's responsible mayor behavior. Someone else saying, when I was talking to him at the Canyon, he seemed perfectly in control of his facilities. He bought drinks for everyone at the bar too. I did get to talking to Mr. Richards as well, at a different time in the evening, of course. I doubt they'd willingly go within 20 feet of each other. And I admit I enjoyed speaking to him on a number of current issues, more than I thought I would. But lamentably, I just can't take a man seriously if he can't drink. Imagine talking about the town's economy with someone drinking some fruity mocktail or a Shirley Temple. I cannot. My vote will be cast for Thomas Ford Cross this ballot season. That is a stupid reason, and I'm not going to get into it. All right. I suppose being responsible isn't high on everyone's list of priorities. Yeah, TFC had and a few of the guys were supposed to meet up at Dippers for an after party, but he never showed. I was kind of worried he was dead in a ditch somewhere, but I think he knows his limits.
So are we getting a clear answer on when he left the party? 'Cause that's awful shifty.
Well, he paid. So it sounds like he left right after he paid his tab, right? And so his bill came in at 7:38.
So could he have gotten to the library? Is it time we go find where the library is on this bad boy?
No, Llama. The mayor was not drinking the Shirley Temples. That was saying that that Harry was the one drinking the Shirley Temples. This person was saying that while they basically underestimated how good of a conversation they would have with the opposing candidate, this person could not vote for that person on the sheer fact that Harry can't drink.
So this is interesting. Guess where the library is? Opposite corner of town.
Do pray tell.
Country club.
Okay, wait, where now? I was too busy doing my thing. I was too busy doing my thing that I didn't see where you pointed.
Okay. Country club.
Okay. Okay.
Opposite corners of the country, the whole town.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm not sure if he left at like 7:38ish.
At 7:38, I don't know that he would have. Yeah, I don't know that he would have been able to get there.
The innocent one.
No, that's a half-hour cap though. She died somewhere between 7:45 and 8:15.
Well, he left there at 7:38.
Right. So could he have made it there and killed her somewhere within the range of 7:45 to 8:15? He may not. He wouldn't have been able to make it there by 7:45.
Dude, that's a mile. I mean, we're talking at least like 10, 15 miles, right? He probably wouldn't have made it there till 8 or later.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just wondering if TOC is the one we're ruling out today, y'all.
Very possibly.
Let's face it. If he's going to kill someone, he's going to have someone else do it. He ain't going to do it himself. What political person can kill their own?
Well, because the Richards.
They both went home with their children.
Well, and they left at like just after 7.
Yeah.
So they were there. They left before TFC did.
Yeah. I don't know, because I'm not seeing anything else that's clearly ruling anyone else out besides Reggie at this point, and Reggie's not an option.
Right.
So what do you guys think? What are you feeling? I'm really enjoying the drama on T, by the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Woo,
let's go
for a second.
Let's go.
You can't deny these neighborhood sites are where everyone lets it go.
Oh yeah, I love it. So I think that's it for.
Does anyone else have a theory or thought, or is that it? Or?
So we do have something. I think there is another item as well. We have the online item.
Yeah, let's check on that.
So let me add that to the Discord.
Grab it.
Okay, so there's now a online.
Yeah, I'm still curious who the POM and HTW are as well. I think, was the HTW the one we were thinking might be? We're thinking that might be the felon guy on Herod.
Yeah, I think HTW is the what's his name? That was the ex-con.
Ex-con guy. Yeah. Something.
I'm pretty positive that's who that is.
I wrote his name, I think.
What was
his name?
Okay, so let's see here. That should have that in here already open. Boom. Okay. So we've got item number 15 is now uploaded into the Discord.
What is it?
I
still don't even know.
It's gonna be the very last page.
Oh, is that how you hit it for me?
Yeah.
Clever you.
I
don't get to see any of this ahead of time, so. Oh, more drama! Yes. Oh, wait? Was this from a different one, or is this the same one?
This is from the Keep Safe site.
So is this the same one as last time, or is it a different one?
No, this is a updated one, I guess. So it was labeled as last episode we had election poll 1. This is election poll 2. So that's how they've got it separated.
Okay.
Ooh. So let me pull open. Actually, let me look at election poll 1 real quick.
Did we
Okay.
ever go over that one last episode?
We did.
Okay.
So TFC, so election poll 1, TFC was at 53%, Harold was at 23%, and undecided was at 24%. So election poll 2 is sitting with TFC at 48%. So he lost some numbers. He lost like what 5% in the polls.
Mm-hmm.
Harold gained 2%,
Which is interesting.
and
I felt like the stuff she posted was way worse on Harold than it was on TFC.
Yeah. So Harold gained 2%, and then 3% switched to being undecided. So they gained a 3% and undecided. So this one's saying, so the previous one was 6 months out from the election.
Mm-hmm.
Election poll 1 was. So this one is, hey there, Copper Cliffs. We're back at it again with your much needed dose of election news. TFC continues to hold a lead in the polls despite a slight slip in his numbers. At this point last election, the mayor-to-be had surged ahead, so it's unclear what's holding him back. The mayor's campaign held a fundraiser at Cross Street Park 2 weeks ago, and while his rallying cry of "Leaf the Woods Be" seemed to be gamer support at first, perhaps more voters were put off by TFC's speech than first supposed. When asked for comment, the mayor maintained with a smile that he is confident in his platform and his team. Meanwhile, candidate Richards has not seemed to take full advantage of the downturn in his opponent's lead. Harold's message of support for local businesses has been undercut by the business owners themselves, who claim that Harry's plan and policies are not substantial enough to support it. When asked, the Richards campaign refused to offer any comment. Will Harry be able to snatch those undecided voters, or will they rejoin the TFC army? Still 5 months left to tell. All right, so do you want to go through some of the comments?
Yeah.
So the way it looks on here is that, so this is a comment,
Mm-hmm.
and then these replied
Or
to that
thread
comment.
products, yeah, because
Yeah, they kind of moved over
okay,
a little
cool.
bit, yeah.
Okay, so let's see. So Bradley Wong put, this either wasn't researched or election injection is being paid. The undecided is because someone on Ashley Mendoza's blog wrote that Ashley's murder was related somehow to the election. And I'm not surprised, all politicians are corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
To which Donna replied, is that true? Can you point me to where that is? And I'm just really enjoying the rad.
Right. Rad.
I couldn't help myself, sorry. It was too much. I had to. So he is now replying. Wait, sorry, no. Matthew Smithson Stewart is now replying to Bradley as well.
Yeah.
To hurl an accusation like that is deeply irresponsible and utterly ridiculous. I have personally met both Mayor Cross and Harry Richards, and I even spoke with them both that day. I think I'd been able to tell if either were involved in a murder plot.
So I think, so Matthew is the one that, is Matthew the one that said in the,
I don't recognize him from the last one, but I haven't written up all my sheet of people yet. I didn't do my homework this week, y'all.
No. In this episode, I feel like I saw that name before, maybe.
Somewhere? I don't recognize it. It's normally, I catch names, but that one's not ringing a bell at the moment. We can let them know if we find it. I'm not. Or do you want
Yeah,
to
no, there was something. There was I can't remember. Oh, never mind. This is somebody else. This is the
I'm confused, babe. What?
It says I had a drink with our mayor. That's where I was getting. Oh yeah, right here.
Who?
So in the when we were looking at the high fences.
Yeah.
He commented and said, when I was talking to him at the canyon, he seemed perfectly in control of his facilities.
Okay, so that's the whole drunk.
Yeah. So you're right, exactly.
Cool.
So
you did remember him. Very good, because I did not. So Tommy Ford Cross posted.
We still have the better TTV emotes active from Halloween of last year, and we named the pumpkin Harold. So when somebody, or when Exquisite typed Harold in the chat,
That is
Better TTV
phenomenal.
replaced it with the pumpkin. So
That is
if
phenomenal.
you have Better TTV and you see a pumpkin in your chat, then that is why you're seeing a pumpkin. It's because that pumpkin, that laughing pumpkin,
that
is Harold.
perfect, though.
So there we go.
I'm in love. That is so fantastic. We just need to make one up for TFC now, so they're both equal.
So
Happy
yeah,
days.
I was like, why did you put that Better TTV emote in there?
That was an emoticon. I had no idea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is, but the name of it is Harold. So yeah. So Exquisite just gonna type Harold in here a whole bunch. So if you see on stream, like you can see it in the little chat box. You can actually see that it's doing that. So yeah, there you go.
So Thomas Ford Cross got in on this. So he's not responding to Bradley. He's posting his own post here. So it says, my team is confident that once everyone is educated about all the issues, those undecided will vote for us. The rumors on the late Miss Mendoza's blog are false and don't deserve coverage. I trust my team and in the Copper Cliffs I grew up in. That is a very political answer, I'm going to say. Mm-hmm. Daniela Lopez, who is holding a cat, for the record. I'm just really enjoying that. Cat lady.
Right.
Thank you for your confidence, Mr. Mayor. I am sure you will handle this and your town won't let you down. Really, guys. Sorry. Kim Barton then jumps into this. The campaign appreciates your support. To clarify the mayor's earlier statement, Mr. Cross has no knowledge of any details outside of those shared with him by our town's fine police force about the ongoing investigation surrounding Ashley Mendoza. The TFC team offers the Mendoza family our deepest condolences and promises our full support in helping to get justice for their daughter. The safety of his citizens is always the mayor's top priority, and he will make absolutely sure that the violence has no place in Copper Cliffs. And yes, I intentionally read that like a news person. Thank you.
Comrade Blorf. Yeah, that leaf pun would lose my vote too if I could vote.
Harry got in on this. TFC is losing votes because the people are finally seeing the lies he's told. The current mayor is the one without a real platform. He doesn't have one and he never has. When I'm mayor, I will never give up on Copper Cliffs, unlike my opponent who, with all due respect, never invested in the people to begin with. Mm-hmm. 679 hearts, man.
Okay.
679 hearts.
Compared to Thomas Ford Cross's comment of 521 hearts.
Ouch. Oh, and look at the retweets or the little spinny things.
Yeah, like basically, the reshare. 177
They
to
like
373.
the dirt. They like the dirty edition stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And Harry for mayor now. We all know that TFC, terrible fake con man, is a liar and a cheat. You have my vote. So he's basically replying to
Harold, yeah, and giving a pun on what TFC stands for.
Oh, I didn't get that one. Okay.
Yeah.
I got struck by the Louis Vanzetti, which is the ex-con guy.
Correct.
Thank you. Much appreciated, as he did not spell correctly, or, well, maybe he did, but he didn't put the space in there.
Yeah, much appreciated. And LOL, but making sure to understand that that's lots of love, not
instead of laugh out loud.
Laugh out loud.
Yay! More empty promises.
Right.
So is he making fun of Harry?
Oh yeah. Exquisite pointed out that Daniela Lopez is the one that was missing her blue cardigan.
Wasn't there a Daniela in here in the complaint section?
Or Danielle?
Hold on.
Daniela. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that would not even be close. Gabrielle and Daniela are not the same name.
Okay.
Cool. My bad.
So yay, more empty promises, and then that's it.
Is he making fun of Harry there or not? I'm very confused on that one.
Possibly.
I feel like he's making fun because it's like at Harry.
Right. So
it's like,
I think he's saying, "Yay, more empty promises."
Well.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of calling him out for being a bad politician. I'm sorry. I think it's hilarious that Harold never had a real job. That was such a funny. Mm-hmm. Oh, by the way, he has a business plan for the whole community, but he's never had a freaking job. It's
right?
Like, are you kidding me? Yes, totally makes sense. So what are we doing? Are we putting Thomas Ford Cross in as our not guilty person, or is there any other information we need to decide today?
Right.
Is there anyone else we could rule out? I mean, am I missing something somewhere?
No. I mean, what say you, chat? What say you?
Exquisite. I need your opinion. Sorry.
All of chat's
I'm gonna call Exquisite out.
We're gonna need all of chat's opinion.
You too.
What do you think? So our goal is that we're trying to eliminate someone. We want to say that we feel that a person does not have the the means, the motive, or the opportunity to do this,
He
right?
definitely had the motive.
So he may have had some motive, right? So a lot of dirt being spread, and being called out on some stuff, and possible big story that could put him under. If we're talking about TFC, so
Yeah.
did he have the? So he may have had a motive, or he did have a motive. Did he have the ability to do it?
So my question is, where
Um,
would he have gotten fentanyl randomly that late?
right,
He obviously drank a lot, so going over to the library that late in the night wouldn't make a lot of sense.
right.
And what would have happened to make
He
him
would
want
have
to
had
do
the
that?
strength to do it.
He would have, true.
So I mean,
But he wouldn't have had the fentanyl unless he carries fentanyl in his pocket, which seems a
right.
bit shifty. Because that
So
needle injection part seems very set up or staged to me. Like, it
right.
seems like an impulse.
I
Like maybe
mean,
someone
yeah,
strangled and someone else came in to fix the situation. Like maybe someone did it impulsively and then someone else came in as a fixer to touch it
possibly.
up.
And then so we don't. So he could
I'm
possibly
not
have
sure.
the means to do it. Because there's not really anything that really proves
Okay.
that he would have had access to fentanyl, but there's also nothing that proves that he didn't.
So let's do this. Let's go back
Um,
through our suspects list.
but then did he have the opportunity? So I
I'm not convinced
agree.
he has the opportunity based on that.
I'm starting to
timeline.
think so as well. Once you pointed out that
It's all the way on the other side of town. Diagonal corner. Country club,
so
library. 38's the library.
I may try to ask for or try to see if
Try
I
to
can
get a
reach
digital
out.
photo because the one I took
Yeah,
was
well, I'm
horrible.
gonna
And
try
it's
to.
not
I might
great.
just reach out to the my contact now
Yeah.
through the affiliate stuff with Hunted
Sure.
Killer to see if maybe they might be able to help me out with getting a copy.
Did I ever get this in the?
Um,
Did we ever get this in the?
yeah.
Okay.
It was in last episode.
Okay. Because it's pretty
Okay,
legible.
so what I'm pointing out is so on the map. So what Mrs. Frannie pointed out is down here. That's the distance for the mile, right? So what is that? 1 mile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1 mile is only that much. Compare that
So
to
that's a
like
big
literally
town.
that's almost the same length as this from here to here, right? So you're talking
It's got to be at least 10 to 12 miles. I feel like.
depending on route, right? So yeah, I mean
I feel like
you're
it's at least
talking
a
at
15
least
to 20-minute drive, roughly. Because you're thinking town, you're not thinking like
right.
expressways. You're thinking
No,
towns and
exactly.
stoplights. So it's got
So
to
I mean, even trying to go down like this one zigzag street down the
Mhm.
right, and then trying to cut across, like I mean, you're still going to be met with probably a bunch of stop signs or stoplights or whatever else, and then trying to go through. I mean, yeah, I mean easily 10 to 15, right? I think we all agree that it's easily 10 to 15 miles. So do we feel that he could get 10 to 15 miles if he left at 7:38? Would he have had enough time to make it to the library, go into the library, find her, somehow
Yeah.
kill her in some way that in the library?
And where's the motive for that at this time? Not seeing it.
Right, so Ashley died between 7:45 and 8:15. So traveling 10 to 15 miles.
Because I just don't feel like 7:38 to 7:45 is enough.
7:38 to
It's not
7:35
close.
is not, but because that's a window, so you can't.
Right, but like even at 8:15, I mean, we're talking at least 15, 20 minutes to get across town. So in 10 minutes, he's gonna find her, kill her, stage it, and get out. I'm sorry, I'm just not. That's a little bit too tight of a timeline to me. Not to
Okay.
mention, he's a famous face. People would
Right.
remember seeing him go into a bathroom,
Right,
especially the wrong gendered bathroom,
right,
because it was the female bathroom. I meant.
right.
Okay,
Yeah,
just
so
making sure I'm not mistaken here. I don't know. It's not as tight as I'd like it to be, but I just don't
Yeah.
feel like there was anyone else that we've even been given. Because I mean, I was looking at the list, so we don't know anything about
So,
Louis Vanzetti.
do you have anybody that you feel is eliminated? So, because you said that the mayor cashed out at 7:38, right?
Yeah.
So, giving time to go to the vehicle and driving over that kind of stuff. But is there anybody else that you have an idea of that like is standing out, or anyone else in chat? Like, if you have an idea of anybody else on our lists here that you feel, or anybody that we discussed tonight, that is absolutely ruled out?
Judith is crazy. Probably went home with her husband, drunk as a skunk, and with her children.
So the body was found
sitting up and down
right.
the
What
biggest
time?
stall.
What time?
9 or 10ish, I think.
Okay.
10 after 10, because the lady said the library closed, and she came in after 10 to do the complete care.
10:47 p.m. is when they got the 911 call. So you would rule out Judith, okay? Judith Richards. So what evidence do we have that would prove that she would not? There was no way that she would have been at the library at that time. She is on the list.
It's basically between all the campaign people on both sides, so we're basically being told whether it's campaign related or not. It's one of the campaign people.
So Judith and Harry both did go home with the two kids that were running around the lobby.
Or at least they took them out of the Copper Cliffs Country Club. We don't know they
correct.
both went
well,
home
yeah.
together.
So they left the club at least. That's what we know. We don't know that they necessarily went home. Correct.
Sorry, I was just clarifying.
That was at 6:59 p.m. is when they got the bill. So somewhere around like 7:05, I think. It was 15 minutes later, so somewhere around 7:05, maybe 7:10. Around probably close to 7:05, they would have supposedly left the Copper Cliffs Country Club.
Okay, I just figured out what the MFXJT means.
Yeah, so she had a Blue Elk Bourbon and the MD Pine. So yeah, correct. So she had only had 2 drinks.
I figured out that is definitely Lewis. That spells Lewis's name if you move every letter up by 1.
Oh, okay.
I happen to see it in the book. Yeah, it's a big cipher by 1. I happen to see it in Ashley's book. It could be in.
So yeah, so that MFXJT on the back of the poster, it was a cipher that spells Lewis.
If you do like M becomes an L, F becomes a E, you move each letter. What?
Llama was like, what time was she seeing going Mike Tyson on Allison or Annette or whatever her name is? And she was like, Ashley.
pick a person, because apparently she went Mike Tyson on like 3 different people.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Per the talk of the town.
So let's see.
Pick a person, any person. Judith's probably had beef with
4:51 p.m. is when it was posted saying that flat out assault a protester. So yeah. So she was she was still alive at that time.
And even Ashley's Franny person mentions that. She said that what did she say? Here we go. Ashley was there. I tried to scope out the place, but since I couldn't get far, receipts and stuff. Let's see. Didn't she mention something about them getting in a fight? I swear she did.
Maybe that was on the Reggie. No, that was on the high fences.
No. In one of the 2 opening articles, either by Reggie or Franny, somebody there mentioned that Judith got into a fight with Ashley and had to be pulled away fighting. I swear.
Oh yeah, that was Reggie.
Was it Reggie? Okay, I'm like, somebody did, because in the first 5 minutes of today's stream, I remember reading that somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
That was Reggie
too. Here we go. Thank you for reaching out. Blah blah. My dad's throwing himself into work. Mom's coping, but not talking about it. Ashley enjoyed meeting with you. Feels like she trusts you. Sending papers. Silly hangout, stuff like this. Blah, blah.
Okay.
Let's see.
So
I don't think it is her. It's fine. Or sorry, there you go again with Reggie being a her.
It's okay.
I'm not seeing it anywhere. No, it has to be Franny. Isn't she saying on the side somewhere? Am I missing it somewhere? Sorry, I'm probably never mind. I'm just moleholing. Don't mind me. I don't know. I swear I read it somewhere else besides the good fences or neighborhood fence stuff, whatever. But
There was an organized protest outside the country club during TFC's event, led by none other than Reggie Mendoza. So that flyer was made by Reggie. However, that was copies, right? So like this is a copy of a flyer, right? Like it wasn't written on it itself or whatever. It was copies like handed out to organize the event.
Okay.
The reason why Ashley handed this flyer to Reggie was because Ashley had written on the back of it.
So she had gotten those numbers from
Correct.
somebody that day.
So she wrote this and handed it to Reggie.
Okay.
So that's what that was. Yeah, so the babysitter dropped off the kids. Afterwards, there's no alibi for Judith, right? So
we're trying to rule someone out, so obviously
Correct.
we can't rule Judith out, so she's not one of our options.
Well,
right?
so I mean, under Llama's like logical thinking, right? Like, if Judith had been drinking a lot previous to that point, you know, one of the, you know, maybe Judith was the one that complained about, or was complained about for the mojito yoga, or the mimosa yoga. Like maybe she was the one that was intoxicated and causing problems,
yeah,
right?
I can see that, yeah.
But so that she would be so drunk that she would have just, like, if she's that drunk and then now going home or leaving the country club, that then probably going home with the kids.
Right, but wouldn't that be just as big of an assumption as him not making it across town on time?
Yeah, pretty much.
To me, either way is an assumption.
Yeah.
So we take a 50-50 guess. Is there anything we're missing? Is there anything we're missing on the site that we're missing from this episode to help us figure it out better?
No.
So we have to take a leap.
I'll
be honest. I'm just not feeling like Judith.
I'll tell you what. Let's take a look at
Let's just go through everything, yeah.
Let's look at the hints for everything just to make sure we didn't miss anything. Okay, we already got the stuff for the autopsy. That's good. We found the time of death. The event flyer 1 actually has listed 6 important IDs on the back. How might these numbers be related to the case? Okay, we've already got that. How might one compare the listed important IDs to other documents within the box? We did that. No, I mean, but Lama, you're making a valid point. Like you're making very valid
points.
Like, yeah. So, receipt. How might one compare these documents to something else to reveal more information? Receipt number 2, or hint number 2. These documents include member IDs. Do any of them look familiar? Country Club pamphlet hint number 1. This document contains a schedule of events that occurred on the day Ashley was killed. How might this information be helpful in eliminating a suspect?
I agree, Llama. I think Exquisite is like top crime solver for sure. And you're okay.
So this document contains, so it says Country Club pamphlet hint number 1. So it says this document contains a schedule of events that occurred on the day that Ashley was killed. How might this information be helpful in eliminating a suspect?
Thank you, Llama,
so
for being respectful.
Where's the book?
Thank you. You
pamphlet.
have it right there. Wait, what?
No, the pamphlet. The Country Club pamphlet.
It's in the pile. Where it's in the pile? You have it over there? You were reading from it a minute ago when you were reading like the membership stuff again.
Oh, yeah, over here. It blended in.
You're good.
Okay.
I just didn't.
So we read over this, but we haven't connected this with anything else.
What?
But this is giving a hint to connect it possibly to something else.
Hold on.
I'm going to pull it up and explain it.
Well, doesn't it say something about these people are the ones that are going to be deciding the memberships, and there's going to be something interesting about that? Oh, wait, extra spot to replace Allison.
It was the evil robot guy on the Country Club. Yeah, exactly.
So Allison's not one of those people, so I don't understand.
Okay. So there is water polo, racquetball. Let's look in the evening. So power Pilates, pitch and chip, wine tasting, balance, weightlifting, stretch hit.
Well, it's only Wednesday. That's the only day we need to be looking at is Wednesday.
Well, none of these say what day of the week.
Well, here's our sheet. Here we go. Hold on.
Yeah.
This is Wednesday. So what time? You said 6 p.m.?
For what?
I thought you told me a time just now.
Oh, I just read off all of these.
Oh, okay. Well, what's making you want to look at that screen? Like, is there a number
I
somewhere?
what's making me look at this is when I looked at the hints, it says Country Club pamphlet hint number 1. This document contains a schedule of events that occurred on the day Ashley was killed. How might this information be helpful in eliminating a suspect?
Someone in an event between like 7
So
and
that's the thing.
8?
So when it's saying on this, no. So it's not referring to this. This hint is referring to this pamphlet because
There's
there's
nothing. Hold on, let me see. There's nothing in there that I remember that was going that late, was there? All this stuff was before 7.
the stretch hit is from 6:30 to 7:30.
So after that, anyone could have still gone out and go kill someone.
Yeah, balance weightlifting 6 to 7:50.
But I don't see that on here. Oh, it's BW,
Okay,
but it doesn't say anything about who.
right.
We might have to look at the cheat on that one. I'm kind of confused. Oh wait, go to number 2. Go to number 2. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. How might one compare this document to something else to reveal more information?
Oh.
You would compare it to, I guess, that the well. Okay, so in this document, 2 country club workers are communicating. How might this? Okay, yep. Okay. This document includes member IDs. How might one compare this document to something else to reveal more? Oh, wait, hold on. So let's look at who was on the member committee.
Right. That MAZ481 is the only one that's on both lists, or at least that.
And we don't know who that is.
No. Or at least not. Has anyone figured out MAZ?
Do we know who MAZ is?
I haven't figured it out yet. What was the complaint times and date about the employee who had the person cancel on them? That was the Christian guy. Let me see here. So that was Christian. Here we go. Christian Birch demanded his complaint be worded exactly. I've been disrespected. My 6 o'clock showed up for all of 2 seconds. And so we figured out that his 6 o'clock was on tennis court. It was the HTW 872, which didn't wait. Who did we figure out was HTW 872?
That was Lewis.
Lewis. Okay.
Yeah.
So showed up distracted and running off for the rest of his appointment. This is after my 5 o'clock canceled. So the 5 o'clock originally canceled and moved up to the 6 o'clock spot with a different instructor.
Right, which is the RN. But we're not seeing the MAZ listed anywhere.
This is a waste of my time. This club needs to treat their employees better, blah, blah, blah. Should not be allowed to disrespect people. His ID number is that. I expect swift follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
So
is there anything in the complaints that mention MAZ?
I don't recall that, though. A bunch of UR1 or UIR 173.
Or what about
YGD, PhD, facilities manager. Well, hold on. There was the requesting cleanup. New membership meeting is wrapped up. Here it is. New membership meeting wrapped up at 8:24. Small metal glass was thrown. So whoever MAZ is, because everybody has to be in that meeting, whoever MAZ is our innocent party. That's
correct,
the issue.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We already knew that?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out who MAZ is.
But I'm saying that's who we need to be eliminating tonight.
Correct, yes.
When did you know that?
Well, that's why we've been trying to figure out who MAZ is now.
I didn't realize that's why we were trying to figure it out, because we were trying to eliminate them. That would have been helpful to know.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, we're trying to figure out MAZ because more than likely then that means that we're going to
eliminate that person.
Eliminate that person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for helping me jump on the train with you.
It's okay. Exquisite saying I knew it. No, I knew it because I'm always correct. Okay, Exquisite.
It makes me because everyone says on here like something really interesting, but they basically say it's like because of that.
What about the comment cards? Maybe.
Hold on. The new member for the club is being assigned today. We're very excited to welcome you. Blah blah. As a reminder, the city are reassigned every year to ensure a fair and impartial system. This year's members are blah blah blah. I swear someone made a comment about how funny this is going to be for some reason, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see it on there now. Didn't someone make a joke about, like, that's not going to be very impartial or something like that? I'm so confused. I feel like I'm making up an extra comment that I now can't find anywhere.
I'm trying to find the comment cards.
Here, let me just pull out the comment cards. All right. Oh my God, MAZ481 right there on top.
It's on the comment cards?
No, I mean, it just says, thank you for adding Mimosa Yoga to the schedule this year. It's the only column in my week, and now I never miss a class. That's the same person we're talking about.
Yeah, okay, so
they're happy with Mimosa Yoga. Wait,
Mimosa...
is that Judith Richardson? Can that be? Is her husband the BHZ guy, and then this is her?
Possibly.
The only two people that mention Mimosa Yoga?
So Mimosa Yoga is from 5:30 to 6:15 p.m.
Is, let's see.
So let's look in here.
This person mentions Mimosa Yoga, and then someone in here mentions Mimosa Yoga.
Right.
But they're complaining about someone being drunk the whole time.
So that's...
Who is it?
So that's why, if that is her...
Is that why they couldn't find her? Because I thought she was at the bar with her husband eating.
That's what I thought too.
That's why I'm so confused.
So whoever this is that went to Mimosa Yoga, right? Only call them in a week or whatever.
Yeah.
Unless
that's Kim. Well, didn't we decide Kim Barton was something else?
Then that's why the membership committee meeting had to be moved.
Sorry. That would be a Judith Richard thing to do, though, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm confused, though, because do they each have their own number, then? Is the BHD one his, and Herman's is the other one?
They would have their own unique identifier, because otherwise, like, if you did something and we had the same code, then you could do something and I could.
So are we thinking MAZ481 would be Miss Richards? Because then what we're looking at here is Mayor, unknown person, BZH is Richards, HTW is Richards' ex-con dude, and MAZ481 would be his wife.
Where was the thing that mentioned about when the membership committee... Oh, no, yeah, with the complaint. Hold on, in the complaints.
It's here. That's what I was just finding.
At
least I thought it was.
That was at 8:24 p.m. Requesting cleanup after the new membership meeting was wrapped up.
Yeah.
Small metal. Okay. So, wonder when the...
Wait, didn't you say someone got a small metal glass that night at dinner because they had a bar ticket? Hold on. Who had the bar... Babe, that's it. That was Miss Richards because she had a bar ticket and they spent so much money, didn't they? No, because that would mean their kids ate. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I was starting to try to connect that too, but I don't think that was it.
I don't understand.
Yeah, but having 4 kids, it got expensive.
Wasn't it his code, though? Hold on. Where was that ticket at? I feel like that was his code, though. Wasn't it BHD? Was it be the guy?
No, that was in the comment cards. It was in the comment cards. What you're talking about. Where he talked about the $75 or the gift and stuff like that, right?
Right, but you pointed to it on a receipt. On one of the receipts, it says, thank you for spending so much money, you got a gift. Where's the other receipts at? I can't find them, babe.
I'm not sure. Oh, here's one. Right here. So right here, so this one they did. Yeah, they got the gift.
So she probably went to the meeting after this, right?
Yeah.
Telling me? And she threw her gift.
Yeah, she had the temper.
And she threw the gift and broke a table. Yeah. That's what I think it is. That she threw that shot glass and broke something.
Yeah.
And she got mad at someone for something.
So do we think then? Do we agree that we think that this?
But then where did their kids go? I just don't understand. Maybe he took the kids home.
Possibly.
And left his drunk wife to God knows what at the meeting.
Yeah.
It would make sense.
So they moved the meeting later.
Yeah.
I don't know when the meeting actually started, but it would have. But if they were still going.
At 8 something.
So did the meeting get pushed? I mean, so the meeting must have gotten pushed to then right after 7.
Probably.
But that would make sense that you would have to then move the mayor out of that space, because the mayor was going to be done by 7:30. So if you push the meeting to 7:30,
wasn't this supposed to be a 2-hour meeting? So 7 to 9. Wasn't it supposed to be a 2-hour meeting? I thought it was supposed to be like a 2 or 3 hour meeting or something.
Oh yeah, it is supposed to be for time slots are too tight for a 2-hour meeting.
Yeah. So then it was from 7 to 9, which would push him out, right? Is that right?
Yeah, that would push him out. Yeah, that would push him out of there. But I'm just trying to think. So if she left the food right at 7 o'clock and then went straight to the meeting, basically, and then he would have been the one
Who's
that
finding
the
their
parent
urine.
was found,
Yeah.
or the parents were found and then left with the kids.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that's probably why the babysitter had to
So-
drop them off, is because they were late.
Possibly.
Yeah, because 6:59. So yeah, so basically he was cashing out, and his wife probably skedaddled to the meeting.
Yeah.
And then
So
he
do
got
we-
located for the kids.
So do we want to say then Judith Richards? Is that final decision? We want to put in that it's Judith Richards. That's what we're going to put.
Which is interesting because she's the one that was the most violent and at this point had the best motive compared
So-
to Ashley.
So see, Llama, you were technically right. You said Judith.
Yeah, she did. Sorry,
Um,
Llama, you did.
So when you said, yeah, so Judith would then have the alibi of the meeting because
Exactly, because
the
everyone has to
meeting
be
went
there.
from 7 to at least 9 o'clock.
Hmm. At the very least, 8:24 when she threw the glass.
Correct, yeah.
But they did not stop the meeting at that time. They went
Correct.
back at 9 when they finished to
And
clean.
all members
Have to be there.
absolutely had to be there for
Yeah.
that.
I
And
think
she
that's a
does
clear
not
alibi.
miss the mimosas, so that's why the meeting had to be moved. She
Mhm.
would not miss the mimosa
So
yoga.
that's her happy part of the week.
Correct.
Even though she makes everyone else there mad as
Correct.
hell about it.
Yeah, we just didn't have enough info to know that she was Maz, but so pretty sure that's right, exactly. It's your
I don't-
ESPN, your psychic.
I don't feel like they clarified how the numbers for the different guests got decided. Like, I don't think they were clear enough on how that was. Like, for us
So
to be able to figure it
I think the
out.
guest ID number. So one, we don't know how the ID numbers are made.
And
Period.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They
But
didn't
I
get
think
very
the
clear.
guest numbers are indeed unique to that
Every
guest,
person,
right?
yeah.
So that this way, then it is tied to that individual person.
Mhm.
They just put an indicator on the end of it so that they know
Yeah.
that that ID is a guest.
I understand that. I think I'm still just saying that I don't feel like they gave us enough to know straight out the gate how they decide the guest numbers and names or letters so that we can't.
Yeah.
We kind of looked at this and understood what that was an hour ago, in my opinion.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
didn't give us the information we needed to figure it out.
So her name is Judith
Richards.
Let me make sure I'm spelling everything
Do you want it
correctly.
from do you want it from Ashley's book, babe?
That's what I'm grabbing right now.
Mhm.
Oh, I did spell it wrong. We got to do the full name though. So her middle name is Allison.
Whoa, hold on. Don't they just say something in here about those extra spot to replace Allison?
Somebody did, yes.
But that's not Judith Richards, is it? Wait,
I don't
is
think
Richard's
so.
mom in the nursing home? Hold on. His wife.
Yeah,
ex-
true,
security,
Llama. That
former
makes sense, too.
officer, plenty of accolades, retired early. No, this is not her.
Okay, so Judith Allison Richards. All right, so let's try it. Ready?
What did that llama say?
That what really made Llama go towards Judith was that when you look at everything the case so far, right? She got called out for hitting
Oh,
the
that's
Vic.
true, yeah.
She replied calmly to that post.
Mhm.
But she thinks that that Llama thinks that she isn't stupid enough to kill someone that she got seen assaulting.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So we're gonna say Judith
I was
Allison
gonna say
Richards.
she looked like the most guilty party there for a second.
All right, so let's see what we've got. So looking now, score. I found a video of her flipping out on someone. Judging from the time, it's from that membership meeting. Looks like the original video was taken down, but searching specifically for Judith, I found another site hosting it here. Dang, that's Judith's second fight that day. What a bruiser. Anyways, nice work. Judith seems really pissed. Ashley must have been really pushing about the car crash. Judith doesn't get that unhinged over nothing. I think that's where we need to look next. Sit tight. Keep an eye on your mailbox, the real world one. I'll send you more stuff when I get my hands on something that seems helpful. Bye for now, and thanks.
Exquisite. I actually do have a connection. So we found a receipt that we believe was from the two Richard adults eating at the country clubby steakhousey thing. Here you go. And it said, "Thank you for dining at the lodge, spending over $75 to get the promotional gift," which we believe is this shot glass that was then used during the meeting later to throw and break a table. So the BZH, meaning the Virgin Mojito, was the clue that it was Richard's, and then his wife was the one drinking the elk bourbon, and then she probably threw this later that night. That's the connection we've kind of stumbled into once we figured out the over $75 spent equals free gift.
Yeah.
Company.
Sorry,
I was just trying to explain to her where the VZH jump was.
All right. So yeah. So you guys don't want to see the video, right? Like, I mean, who would not want to see the video?
Well, obviously, Exquisite wants to. Obviously, I want to.
True, right? Like, there's nothing pointing that Maz is married to the B, or like, so we're saying there's nothing pointing that on the receipt that whoever the BZH was actually having dinner with the wife, right? So it's very possible that he was having dinner with somebody else.
Why are we saying that? I'm confused.
Because there's nothing that specifically actually tells us that. We're assuming that the second person with Harry was Judith.
Okay.
Technically speaking. There's not actually any concrete evidence or anything that, even circumstantial, that says, yeah, I saw the two of them having dinner. Or anything like that.
Okay.
So yeah. All right, so let me get this back over here. Boom. Let me uncheck mark this box.
So wait, I'm confused.
We're gonna watch the video.
So wait, why is Exquisite saying there's no proof that she's married to BZH? I'm really confused right now.
Well, sorry. What she meant was that there's no proof that whoever Maz is, technically speaking, we're going off of the assumption that BZH Harry was having dinner with Judith, and so therefore we jumped that leap. Because of that, we jumped the leap that Judith was Maz.
I guess I'm just not understanding the whole Maz and BZH aren't married, because we know both of them are who they are, and they're the married.
Well, because couple. We don't know, because we took a leap that Maz was Judith.
But that's what we guessed, and we were right.
Correct, yes. But ultimately, it was a leap. What they're saying is that it was an educated guess. It wasn't like there wasn't anything concrete that actually pointed to it.
I thought I don't know. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, all right. So we've got the video up.
Exquisite. Come on, I'm late for my date. Sorry, Exquisite. We're going now.
Yep. All right. Yeah. So she's just saying that it was a bit of a leap, but
it's okay.
Yeah.
Exquisite's gonna hurry. I don't want to.
Okay. All right. You ready, chat? Here we go. Boom. Wait. Why are you guys not hearing?
I can hear it. You can't.
Oh, no, they can hear.
I can't hear what's being said, though.
Hmm.
Why is she throwing the glass out? I still don't understand. Halfway through.
Yeah.
So there's a Martha.
Right? Hold on it. There's the shot glass on the table. Yeah, that's exactly what she threw. She threw this.
Yeah.
So, like this thing.
Who's Gertie? Which one's Gertie?
Okay, look, I'm going to tell you right now. So, Evo Pup is who named these BTTV emotes, by the way. So,
Wait,
the fact.
Which one's There's a Martha, too? Are you kidding
Martha,
me?
yeah, so there's a Martha and a Gertie. So, yeah, we have a, well, not a Gertie emote, but yeah, there's a there's a Martha emote that we made. So, yeah. So this is going to be a fantastic case. All right. So yeah, so there you go. So that's what the video is. Well, you can see it in the chat box down there. Yeah, you can see it down in the chat box.
That's interesting. So
Gertie, yeah.
So we only know 3 people in the room right now. We know Gertie got the glass thrown at her. We know Judy Richards threw it, and we know a Martha filmed it.
Yeah.
So we know 3 of the 6 in that room now.
Correct.
And there was definitely one guy at least trying
Yes.
to referee the disaster that was the situation. Wow, she is so not a politician's spouse, I'll say that much. She is a firecracker.
There's a dude in there, yep. And then there was...
Did I say him? I thought I said him. Did I?
Yeah.
I did say him, right?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, I was just reading the chat, sorry.
Oh, okay. I was confused. I was like, did you hear more than one dude? Did I miss something?
Okay. So... Ashley's...
That surprise one's different, isn't it?
No, that was from last time.
Oh, okay.
The one suspect cleared is what she just updated. So at the bottom of that email,
okay,
or that message was the blog update. So let me go back. Yeah, so say blog update number 2.
Cool.
Go
to it then.
So blog update number 2. We've got yeah, and that's why. Okay, so yeah, why Judith won't get removed for starting a fight. Yeah, okay.
Wait, why won't she get removed? I'm sorry, I'm missing something now. Why won't she get removed for starting a fight?
I thought it was something maybe you had said.
Well, she can't get removed because it takes all 6 of them to make decisions. So if she gets kicked out of that meeting, the whole meeting ends and they can't finish.
Sorry. Boom. Loud music. All right.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Let's just.
No, I had to adjust it on the stream. They couldn't hear.
It's really bad in my ears.
I know. I'm adjusting that right now.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
No, you know.
Sorry. It's in the high fences. Something about or some.
Won't get removed from the member club deciding thing. Is that what you're talking about? I'll reread it later. It's fine. Go ahead with the new article.
Okay. So, someone said that Judith should be kicked, but she
kicked off or kicked out?
Kicked out of the club,
okay.
But she couldn't because she was on the member committee, and they needed everybody on the. They needed everyone for the member committee.
That makes a lot more sense. Okay,
right?
Yeah,
that's why she didn't get kicked out that day.
Yeah.
Was because she was supposed to be at that meeting.
Okay.
All right. So, one suspect cleared. Copper Cliffs. It's safe to say that Judith Richards did not kill Ashley. Judith was a good lead because of her comments on this blog and the fight she had with Ashley that awful day. But it turns out she was in a meeting at the country club when Ashley was murdered at the library. We're on to the next leads. Stay tuned, Copper Cliffs. We're going to get to the bottom of this, I promise. So there you go. Cool. So I'll get all this up, added into the Discord as well, of all of our stuff from that.
Well, good thing everyone else saw some different stuff in there to make us not guess wrong.
Yeah, so exactly. Because I mean, I honestly, I probably would have gone with TFC, thinking of the timeline and everything. So,
that was a little bit very
exquisite. Thank you for bringing up that it still technically was possible, right? And then Llama bringing up Judith, that we could kind of revisit Judith.
It's like, Llama, you're higher. You must come back the next time.
Right? So thank you all for coming out for episode 2 of Off the Record. If you are watching this on YouTube and you want to help us out as well live, make sure that you check us out on Twitch as well. So there's the link there. I'll make sure all the links go down in the description down below. And don't forget to join the Discord. So normally live on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. So come feel free, check us out. And then, so stay tuned to the Discord, to Twitter. We will post when we're going to be doing the next Off the Record episode. We don't have an exact date right now because we are going to be doing 2 cases at the same time over the next several months, okay? So the next episode may actually end up being quite possibly Royal Street episode 1. But just stay tuned for the announcement in the Discord of what we're going to be doing next, of what and when the next day will be that we will be having one of those episodes, whether it be episode 3 of Off the Record or whether it be episode 1 of Royal Street.
She's been trying to get up here, so I just figured I'd pick her up for a second.
Puppy time.
Hi.
There you go.
Ears.
Right? We got the puppy time.
Yeah.
Alama, that is pretty cool little foldable shot glass thing.
It is heavy. That's the part I was taking.
It's a lot heavier.
For throwing that at someone, that thing is brutally hard.
Yeah, it makes sense then why it broke glass, right?
Yeah.
So I forgot. I went to the wrong one. That was the evidence room. So definitely, thank you for coming out. If you're, like I said, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. Feel free to make comments down below on your thoughts on things, where we're at. And, we'll look forward to seeing you for the next episode as well. Trying to think, I don't think I have anything else. Do you have anything else?
No, I'm loving it though. I'm actually looking forward to having a little more time to do the more homework and connect some of who these usernames are and just really dive more into mobiles if this one's gonna seem to lead us down.
Absolutely. So I think that I don't know that we're gonna be doing one next week.
I don't think it'll be next week. It'll at least be 2 weeks out, maybe longer, depending on. I haven't seen Royal Street come yet, so it's gonna really depend if we get that the next week or 2.
Yep, true. So chat, stay safe, stay strange, and we will see you next time. All right.
Have a wonderful night. Bye. Enjoy your day.